Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening. It is
and
definitely
good
past 6. No, not good night yet. Don't go to
no,
sleep
no.
yet. Don't go to sleep. Stay awake. You're supposed to be watching us.
Wait, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Would that be how you would end off stream instead of
I mean, if you start in the afternoon, then yes. If you don't start in the afternoon, then no.
Well, we're back. It is a Saturday night, and that means we are world building.
What? We world build on Saturdays?
Yeah.
Dang, I thought we were playing some Pokemon.
Okay. Well, this is when we turn on Pokemon.
Psych!
Yes. So what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks, this will be the third week.
Yep.
Is we are world building within our new campaign
System
setting
of materia.
Yes.
I didn't pull up the other document.
Which other document?
The goals.
Oh, I have the goals pulled up. It's right here.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I didn't do. So well done.
But yes, we're world building within our new tabletop RPG system.
What are you doing?
I'm taking off the. We don't need the dice thing on the screen right now because we're not rolling a dice right now.
All right. I mean, it's not like it's distracting.
Yeah, it's a little distracting. It's just an extra video feed.
All right.
But yes. So last 2 weeks we've been doing it. This will be our third week.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing is we're using a series of random generators, wheels, dice. We have dice.
Scrying dice.
Scrying dice, which is a funny name to be like. It's a dice with a bunch of different races
Peoples
on
on
it. We're doing that to create bases for characters that we are then going to elaborate on and make the characters make sense in a storyline in order to add to the overall world and help us determine kind of how the world is shaped and such.
Yeah. Now, these are all going to be people that are semi-important. They at least have names, so they're that important.
Characters, yeah. A lot better than Guard F.
Than Position Holder 1. But yeah, so we've been doing that. Honestly, there's not too much else to say right at this moment, so I think we should just hop into it.
Yep. Do we want to answer our question of the day right now, or leave that till the end?
Well, I mean, that's fair. What is our question of the day?
Our question of the day is, what is your favorite fantasy race?
Favorite fantasy race. Favorite fantasy race.
Well, it could be from Dungeons and Dragons, or it could be from any sort of movie or just mythology.
All right, favorite fantasy race. What if it's just like a monster?
Well, this would be like a humanoid type race.
Humanoid type race. Okay. I have always been quite partial to ogres. They're big, dumb mountain things. And I feel like that's me. I'm a big, dumb mountain guy.
Oh.
Dabu. Zug Zug. I'm ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna be basic. I like elves.
Lame. Lame. To be fair, I also like elves, but I wanted to go with not elves.
Yeah, I'm gonna be basic. I'm gonna go with elves. I like elves.
Okay, what else besides elves do you like? I swear if you say humans.
Okay, look. Look, I'm not going to use humans. So if we're talking D&D wise, I have 2 other races that I am fairly partial towards. Okay. I'm not going to use half-elves, though. Not going to use half-elves. That I consider that under the whole elf branch. Now, I'd say the other 2...
Elflings.
I'm fairly partial towards, and one of which is a homebrew, technically, are tieflings and drakens, which are half-dragon people.
Yeah. And not to be mistaken for half dragons.
Yeah, so they have dragon features, but human form. And I played a Draken one time who was a elf Draken who was part elf, part dragon. Great combo.
Moving on.
I like elves. They're pretty and they got long ears and they're like, elegant and stuff.
We are moving on. All right, so here's how all this kind of works. We got their alliance, so they are one of 3 alliances. They are either good, bad, or neutral. They have a social class, so kind of where they fall into system.
Yes. If they're a commoner or if they are higher up in like an army, if they're part of the military, if they're a tradesman.
Then we have their jobs, which kind of narrows that down further. Because oddly enough, even if you're a tradesman, in some societies that is a very high-ranking group. What their special gear is. So we're not talking magic items or anything like that, just something that is special to them and is unique to them.
It can be a magic item, though.
Not in this campaign, it's not.
Okay, it can be a magic-esque item.
I mean, maybe a potion. Maybe an item that is believed to have magic, but is not.
Yeah.
Then we've got some quirks for them, some traits for them, where they're generally going to be located.
And then we get to write their backstory.
Well, their race.
Did we not mention race?
I did not.
Oh, that's at the top.
I know. And their race. And we have the races kind of broken down here into bad guys and good guys.
Which we gotta fix
Why?
We gotta fix these because
Hey, how's it going? We're doing pretty good. We are just kind of getting ready to explain. Well, we are explaining what we're doing.
Yes.
We're creating characters tonight. And yeah, that's where we're at with that.
Gotta enable weight on here because
That's fair. Did you enable weight on the bad guys?
I don't think the bad guys have weight on them.
They should.
Making sure everybody is.
Alright, so oddly enough, we are actually making characters for our system. So all we have really right now is a name for the campaign world, I guess, called Materia. It is one that we are making in lieu of
Doing the campaign in 5e or mutants or whatever.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is we have played in D&D 5e, I've played in Pathfinder, we've played in Mutants and Masterminds, and Monster of the Week. Those have been our main ones that we've played. I've watched a bunch of other ones, and for our group in particular, the biggest thing that we kind of struggle with is immersion, I guess, and player engagement. Just because the combat of D&D seems like it just kind of they got a good flow to it, but then there are some characters that have a lot more that they can do with their time. So it's just kind of different things, and part of that I think is our players as well.
Our players and how we DM,
but we're trying to make this player friendly, player engagement. It's going to be very focused on storytelling, which is why we are currently creating NPCs, because a world is only as good as, honestly, its NPCs as well. Because if you don't have good NPCs, then the world's kind of crap anyways. Because then it's just players talking to a bunch of people that are like, money. Here you go.
yeah, so, basically we're trying to make the campaign setting right now. We don't know all of the rules for the game yet because we're still developing what the game's going to be. We've been working on some ideas for how we're going to go about skill checks and such. It's going to be a very low magic world, but one where crafting is utilized a lot, and potions are kind of the equivalent of magic, I would say.
But, so, full disclosure, we took, 80% of the spells from D&D?
Yeah.
Out of all the books of D&D, we took about 80% of the spells, and we are going to turn those into potions, and they are going to be strictly potions. So
yeah, we're taking inspiration from them.
To learn about new systems. Hey, us too, actually.
Yeah.
We have not been developing for 10 years. We have been developing for
less than a year. Few months.
Couple months, maybe, give or take. Probably 2 months seriously. Maybe a couple months before that, where I threw out some ideas. But yes, I am super excited about this, and here's kind of what we have. We currently have 86 NPCs? 6 NPCs with names.
6 NPCs, yeah, for
but
the
then
campaign setting.
We are creating all the resources that people are going to have. We're creating all of the evil races.
All the good races.
Unfortunately, I don't have any descriptions for the bad guys yet, other than what they are equivalent to. I have most of the good guys. I added 2 more that I just haven't
made descriptions for
yet. I have sub races, and then of course the other super important part to every world is the territories and the cities and all that, of which I have some of the elven equivalents territories, but then I have all of the current, I know about them, human cities. What they look like in the past and what they look like in the future. This is going to be a weird campaign, I think, and it's going to be a little bit stressful, I think, on DMs, but I think it could be very enjoyable in the future, especially learning about it, because the way that this is set up is there is going to be the initial campaign, or the initial sessions. The initial sessions, based on how many players I have. So I believe normally we have about 3 to 4 people that are playing.
Yeah.
So there will be 3 or 4 basically session zeros, if you will, or session ones.
Mm-hmm.
As we kind of go through each person's backstory to where the first real session 1 happens, or where the first real session 1 happens. Talking about how they all were working as a team and got to where they were at the real first session. And then there will be probably a couple of weeks of going forward from there, and then there will be a couple of weeks leading up to that point. So this is going to be a 2 campaign, if you will. There's going to be a past campaign, and there's going to be a future campaign. That way we can kind of get the story of everything from the middle.
Okay. More concise way to explain that. It's going to start with basically defeating the bad guy, and then there's going to be a split campaign where it's half of the sessions are what led up to defeating the bad guy. The rest of them are what's the aftermath of defeating the bad guy. So you're seeing the characters going up to the final quest, and then what happened after the
and then what they're
final
doing
one.
Yeah. So I think it's a cool concept. We'll see how it turns out, though.
Yeah, but for the system itself,
unfortunately, we have not very much.
We don't have much written about it. We've been testing out mechanics. One of the mechanics we really want to play with is limiting actions. Basically, based on time.
Basically, we don't want to run into it where we have one session or like 12 sessions of a singular day.
Which I don't think is bad in any means, but like...
So some of it will have the D20 system, but honestly, I think we were actually going more towards like a D6 kind of system. A D6 plus some tokens. Or pretty much anything that you can keep track of points, if you will.
And we're still playtesting a lot of this, but what we're looking at right now is having a system where each player at certain levels, they gain more tokens, so you have like a pool of tokens every day, and you apply those to complete actions. So you would like apply them to do combat or do certain types of checks. And then the like DC basically for those checks would be determined by a modifier plus like a D6 dice roll.
Yeah.
We haven't really written this out nicely to...
Yeah. We will... As we continue doing this, we are working off stream as well, because unfortunately making a system, I'm sure you're well aware, can't really just be done on stream, especially if you only do it one time a week. It's going to take ages to get it done. So outside of stream, we are also working on it, just to kind of keep the process moving.
Yeah, and it's going to be broken down, so there'll be mechanics for the roleplay aspect, the crafting aspect, and then the combat aspect of it. The way I kind of want to try to do it, which we might change this, but where everything that you need to play it could be found in like a poker set, is kind of what.
Yes, please do. I will gladly accept all the assistance you can offer. That's part of the reason that we wanted to do these streams on here, is so that we can run into people who have better information with this.
Yeah. And we can share the process as we're working on it.
Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I had another magic sound in my ears. Yeah, no, trust me, I am always looking for help. And knowledge from people that are better at this than I am. Because unfortunately I am new to this part of it.
Oh, definitely,
but
yeah.
It's fun nonetheless. So.
Yep. And since currently we're not super sure on mechanics yet, what we're starting out with is creating the world and then kind of letting the world help guide what mechanics we might need too, based on what we know about the setting.
So, yes, actually I do. I have a Facebook page, Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I said that one. Yeah. So actually, do we have the Discord up? We do not have the Discord up. I will get you the Discord. I promise. But yes, I have that. I have all sorts of things. Unfortunately, my Discord is very lacking in anything. But just let me know if you do need to leave at some point during the stream. That way I can get you that Discord before you leave. I will send it through the link on here. Alrighty?
Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna do some character creation. Go team!
Yep, so, in doing character creation,
hang out for an hour or two. Alright, cool. We will get you that Discord, I promise.
I mean, you can do it right now if you want to before...
That's fair. You wanna...
Before we start really working on this. Let me make sure I am...
Alright, I'm gonna send you the Discord really quick, or we'll put the Discord in here. By the way, if you have anybody else as well that you want to share this to, by all means.
Yep, and I was thinking about this too. We really need to make a document that's available on the Twitch page that
yes.
people can access to kind of read through all the races and stuff.
Yes. Do I just do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we will do. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. So there's that for you. That should work. If it doesn't, let me know. And let's head back over to here, and then you want to get us up on whatchamacallit? I'm assuming that was somebody joining the Discord.
Yep. Yep. They're in.
Awesome. Cool. Glad it worked.
So, how we've been doing these streams is we make 3 characters using random generators to basically lay out the base traits of the character, and then build the character from there and find a way to connect all 3 characters together in a singular plot line, basically.
Yeah.
I guess side quest mission.
Just something that's going on in the world.
Yep. So we're gonna do their name, their race, and these will all be fantasy races that we developed.
Yeah.
That have somewhat fantasy equivalents, like with the elves and dwarves and such.
Yeah, all of these have equivalents to D&D, but their appearances are rather diverse.
They differ vastly.
So.
What alliance there is in the world? In this world, there are 3 main factions, or I would say kind of 2 main factions, and then
a
one
guy
group
that
that's not
just
in
like,
there.
Yeah.
So there's the pretty much good guys that are of the Valiant that follow this angelic type figure. There are the bad guys, which are Kabbalion, who follow this
Cabal,
who's a dark warlock.
So, all right. Please elaborate. Oh no. The only ones I can super elaborate on are the Duende. Imagine Gremlins, if you will, like if you've seen the movie Gremlins. Imagine that, but tall and freaky looking.
So as we're doing this too, whenever we look at the races, we can elaborate on them then.
Yeah.
Too. So there's the good guys, the bad guys, and then the people who are kind of neutral to everything.
More or less impartial to whatever.
Yes.
Yes, but the bad ones.
What are they called?
I'm pretty sure they're Gremlins.
Oh yeah, you know that's fair.
Yeah, they're
I
still
think the bad
Gremlins.
ones are called Gremlins.
Pretty sure they're all Gremlins. But yes, exactly like Gizmo. But like, you know how they have like the big ears, that kind of thing? Yeah, imagine that. But tall, long arms, long legs,
blending
slender,
in with trees.
super creepy looking. Mogwai, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got their alliance, their job, their whatever kind of special gear they have.
By special gear, we're talking about items unique to that person.
Yeah. What their quirk is, where they would be located, what's a positive, negative trait, and a backstory.
That's cool. And yeah,
so
they are. I drew them.
Do we have a picture of your drawing?
Right this second? No.
I don't know where that book is.
It is somewhere that I don't remember right off the bat.
Yeah,
probably in my backpack, but
they're a subrace of the Duende, who are the elf equivalent. Yeah,
equivalents. So
one of 3 subraces actually. That race has those ones that live in the forest. They have the Bundo. The
Bundo, which are ram-like. They have so the Duende or the what are those ones even called?
Sure, let's go up to them.
All right, Bundo are mountain dwellers. The other Duende are Kagubatan. Yes, that's it.
Those are the.
They have very long arms. The Bundo have long legs, and the Lati, this third group right here, they are shark-like. So they have scales, they have sharp teeth, and they do very well swimming in the water. They're all elf-like creatures. They are all terrifying.
What they all have in common is a very strong sense.
Yeah.
So the shark-like ones have very good smell. The Kagubatan, who are the gremlin tree people,
giant ears,
have really good hearing, and the Bundo have
Perfect Nightmare Form.
Oh yeah, no, that's also fair.
Yeah, for sure.
And Bundo have very good sight, and they're terrifying, and I really don't feel like they should be player characters,
but they're going to be.
Like,
dang it.
I like the idea of them, right? But I like the idea of them in that I would be playing someone who is not of them, and then just running into them in the forest or in the mountains or whatever.
Oh, I also would prefer that, but I'm not going to limit people based on races other than no evil people. Ah!
Unless you're playing an evil campaign.
Unless you're playing an evil campaign for some reason, which my campaign will not be an evil campaign. My campaign is a good boy campaign.
I think you should really limit it, instead of no evil people, to no party sabotage.
Is there any particular inspirations you have?
Particular inspirations that we have. Honestly, this is gonna sound really weird. Lord of the Rings is kind of how.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings was kind of the. It started with, I want to run a Lord of the Rings campaign in 5e. I don't want to run, because I know there is actually a Lord of the Rings TTRPG. I didn't want to run that. I wanted to run Lord of the Rings in 5e.
So it's more of a low magic type world, where magic is very
few and far between
and very mystical in nature whenever you find it.
Yeah.
But that the what's mainly used is stuff that's crafted.
Yes.
So it's not exactly Lord of the Rings, but it has magical artifacts.
Yes, I'm aware there's an official 5e Lord of the Rings book. But I didn't want to run that.
Yeah. Because I did ask you that question, like, what is it that you want to run about Lord of the Rings? Because if it's not exactly...
And the thing is, I like the story of Lord of the Rings. I like all the character development. The character development is so amazing in Lord of the Rings. I love everybody. Except for the hobbits. I honestly hate the hobbits the most. I don't know why. I hate them. Except for Sam.
Okay, Sam's a good boy. You can't hate Sam.
Though, to be fair, the Merry and Pippin are honestly the best ones. Sam is okay. He's a little whiny for my taste. But Merry and Pippin are so chaotic that they're just fun.
I feel like Frodo's more whiny than Sam.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Sam and Frodo are both whiny. That's the issue. That's why I don't necessarily care if, they win or not.
But yeah, see, we said Lord of the Rings, but the actual, time period we're kind of doing an equivalent of is going to be the Victorian England type time period.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which makes it
a little weirder.
Yeah, way weirder, in that there's going to be, guns in this world.
Fine. Just imagine Lord of the Rings with guns. That's fine.
Sam is also my favorite Hobbit.
So, Lord of the Rings, steampunk.
Yes.
Yeah, more or less.
Yes, actually, yes. That is a great way to describe it.
With really weird people.
With gremlins.
With gremlins. Yes. Just combine all the movies at once. That's what I'm saying.
That's how you make a pitch. So it's Lord of the Rings.
Steampunk.
But there's Jack the Ripper.
That is a collision of ideas that I never even considered. But now that I know it exists, I love it. Yes!
And each of the races that we made too, and whenever we do our first one, we'll show this off a little bit more, is the name of the race is based on a word in a specific language.
Yes.
So all the names for that race are going to come from that language.
Yes.
So the Duende is Spanish. Our human equivalent is called the Nombreux, and they're French.
What are they called?
The
Zwergen. Zwergen are German, so they will come from German.
And they are the dwarfs. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And then there was one race I made, one of the newer races. They are Croatian, so their names are gonna come from Croatia.
And now with that said, though, we probably won't be pronouncing the words.
We're gonna be pronouncing them terribly.
But that's how we make new words.
Yeah.
Is by mispronouncing existing ones.
It is also steampunk inspired, more on the gothic side than the more optimistic top hats and monocle side of it.
Oh,
All
nice.
right.
I mean, I love the gothic steampunk angle.
Yeah.
That's.
You're a fan of steampunk in general.
I'm a fan of steampunk, and I'm a fan of
You literally went to the Renaissance Fair, and instead of buying something fantasy, you bought something steampunk.
Well, yeah, because they were cool goggles.
It wasn't even steampunk weekend. I don't even know if they have that weekend.
I'm not sure. We didn't go to it, so I don't know. Okay. But let's get started here. So these are the, like I said, the three alliances. So you got the Cabalian, who are the bad guys, the Valiant, who are the good guys, and the Esoterian, who are the
You already have it
guys.
on. You already have it on it.
I think I'm gonna change the weight.
Okay. To what? 3?
I think we're gonna make it where we're gonna
There's
get
more
more
good guys?
Valiant
Okay.
guys.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. All right, here we go. Spin the wheel.
Ah, we got a neutral guy.
Psych! You thought you were gonna get more good guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just do this right here.
Yeah, but then we have to go back and type it.
Yeah, but it works.
Oh,
We're gonna have to type it anyways.
I know.
All right. Well, now we need to know if they're good or bad.
I think if we do Esoterian, we just do the good ones.
Just do the good
Yeah.
ones? Okay. Spin! How long have you been developing the game that you've been working on?
Ooh, we got a Zwergen.
Right off the bat, we got a dwarf.
We got the dwarf guys.
Interesting. Oh, please don't let it be,
Did we?
Please don't let it be Grawl. Please don't let it be Grawl. Please don't let it be Grawl.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, it is. Very good.
Ooh.
3 years? Nice!
Is yours a D20 system?
That one.
See where they're from?
Please be the desert. Please be the desert. Please be the desert.
Ah, we're going desert.
This one honestly may just tie in with the one from last week.
Nice.
Okay, see, so part of what we're thinking is for like the crafting, we are thinking about using a deck of playing cards to kind of assist us in it. We're not 100% sure how yet. And they're noble, so this is gonna be one of the leaders. Wait.
Yes.
Is this just gonna be? This literally just seems like it's gonna tie in so well to the next
one that we did last week. Yeah.
All right.
What did we do? Social class was noble?
Yes.
So last week, the first guy we generated was a Zwergen from the desert, who was a noble.
But that was an Esoterian, right?
They were Valiant, so they were a good guy.
They were good guys.
This is a neutral guy.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Never mind then. All right. All right, this is a positive trait. So everybody's got to have a good trait, everybody's got to have a bad trait, because that's just kind of how things work for people.
They are nature
focused.
Interesting.
Huh. Not what I thought a Zwergen would be. I could see it being a Duende, but that's going to be interesting. How does the deck of playing cards work out for you, if you don't mind me asking?
About the
negative traits?
I was thinking this was a red color.
Might have been. I don't know. They're evasive. Okay, so evasive is... They're kind of dodgy?
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe their motivation should be...
Orange. Okay.
We're gonna do that color.
What are they?
They wanna fit in.
Do another one. I don't like that one. They're freaking noble.
We also do dark character motivations.
No, they're not a dark character. So the system is essentially a roll under system. Characters have stats between 1 and 10. They want to perform an action. They draw a card, aiming to draw a card with a number equal or under their stat. Oh, interesting. Being a philanthropist. God, I don't like that.
They're a noble.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm okay with that. Interesting. Trofish.
Yeah, I didn't think that was right. That's why we have spell check.
Yes. Alright, now we need those.
Did we do the job? Did we pull up the job, Will?
Thought I did. Wait, do I have two? Wait, hold on.
Races.
Yes.
Location.
That's not a location.
Yeah, the name's
Okay.
just...
So the answer is no, I did not pull up that one.
Oh. We will pull it up right now.
Open file. Oh, okay. There
we go.
Cool. Roll.
I was gonna say, I think we were missing one.
Politician lead. All right.
Oh, perfect.
That makes sense considering they're freaking noble. So how do you go about playtesting your systems? Do you have people that you kind of walk through it with, kind of get their opinions on it, or do you kind of do it and you're like, well, I like it, so, because I could see both working out.
Alright, this is their trait. I think that's talkative.
What is it? 2 quotes.
Repeats himself.
Repeats himself.
I think we're just gonna do talkative for that one. Repeats himself is a little...
Yeah, talkative. Ooh, and then he needs special gear. What do we got?
Ooh, the treasure chest.
Then it's probably gonna be treasure.
Gold.
Gold. Alright, a whole philanthropist with gold.
Well, I mean...
It would make sense, right?
Okay.
Alright, you get this one.
Oh, gee. Oh, we gotta get its name, too.
I don't have that pulled up either. I have a few Discord groups that I run a few games for. Then once I feel the rules are well defined enough, I send out basic rulebooks to people that might be interested in running the game for themselves. If they do, they send me feedback and the process repeats. Oh, nice. Alright. That actually seems like a pretty good idea.
It does sound like a good idea.
Once we start writing down actual rules. And so one of the other things I really like in games, I don't know how it's going to work out in the sense of this, is I personally really like skill trees. So there's going to be basically 3 different styles of skill trees. But each one of those is going to have sub branches basically throughout it. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy name generator is honestly the best thing ever.
Yeah. So, male or female, even male, odds female.
Yeah.
That's a female. That's a 5.
5? Okay.
Right? Because we said odds female?
Yes.
And then how many times are we going to do it? Do it 1 time.
1 time.
So, yeah. So, we're getting German names. Well, it's cut off on the screen, but we're getting German names because the Zwergen are German.
German and...
Or have Germanic type names.
Yes. Arola. Hey, books. How's it going? And
Franziska?
you want to do Franziska? This is your character. You got
that's
this.
fair. We also have Vivi.
You know you want to do Vivi.
I know I want to do Vivi. I have a character.
Somebody else also likes Vivi.
I have a character whose name was Vivian. Her nickname was
not had
Vivi.
a character.
Okay,
it
I still
has
have a character. We haven't played the campaign in like 3 months though.
That's fine.
That one's Mutants and Masterminds. It's a superhero campaign.
So are we going with Vivi?
Yeah, we're going with Vivi.
All right, Vivi it is.
Yeah. Who is also rich, actually, and so I'm just gonna remake Vivian. And
yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
Her name's Vivian Whitehouse. Should I just do the last name?
Hang on though. Give me a second. I mean, go ahead and.
Yeah, I'm gonna generate for the last name.
By the way, I do have some things from these Vergen, some territories.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Vivi is the best. All right, so by the way, I do have some of these. If you want to just give them one of these titles as well, I don't think it can be this one because I think we already came up with a name of that. But it could be the Barbed Male or the Boneless.
We didn't say who the Goldenborn leader was.
So if you want to do the Goldenborn, you could.
You know what? We're gonna do Vivi Goldenborn because.
Now put that in quotations because that's not their actual last name.
Yes. But that's what they're known as.
Yes.
So they...
Vivi is the greatest black mage ever in existence. Nobody will ever change my mind. Also, books, I read your book. I read 4 chapters of your book. Let me rephrase that.
Let's see. So last week we created... and this is interesting that this is already... tying to last week.
Svenja Kruger, that's right.
We created Svenja Kruger, who was in Versinghen. So the Versinghens,
Oh, that's right. We need to roll for that.
No, I think it's in the desert.
Or are we just going with the VR Singan?
Okay. Yeah, it's the Versinghen.
Smart. Okay.
So the Versinghens are
desert dwarf. No, you have to do
I know. I do this all the time. You would think You would think after
3 weeks?
No, after more than that. After using Google Docs for like years, I would.
That's fair. Honestly, we do just need to install that at some point.
Or we just need to start using Scrivener.
That's fair. We would just have to port all of this over to Scrivener.
It's called copy and paste. We just gotta make sure we use the right copy and paste.
I'm aware of that.
But let's see. So the VR Singen. If that's how we're going with pronouncing it.
Or Varsungen. All of this is subject to change currently because, well, different language.
Yeah. But, they are these dwarven-esque, people who, like hoarding and using bones, for armor. And I think we also said they ate bones. Like, they got their nutrients from bone marrow.
Yep. Oh, this is going to be interesting because their special gear is gold.
Well,
I feel like that's exactly why they're Goldenborn. So
what we do now...
By the way, do we actually want to get a real last name for this person too?
No.
No? Just...
Yeah, I think we don't care about their last name. They call themselves the Goldenborn.
Okay. Cool. So this is going to be something that, like, their last name is just unknown to the world.
Yeah.
Their last name is Goldenborn.
So last week we found out that this person named Svenja.
Yep.
Came from the Goldenborn encampment.
One of their small encampments. Yep.
Oh, I just realized this. We should be doing this.
True. You can make it bigger.
Yes. She came from a Goldenborn encampment.
There's so much bad written on this.
Well, we didn't go back and
we did not. That's fine. Anyway.
But that instead of making do with weapons, she made do with her words, and that she ended up getting.
She was a smaller dwarf.
She ended up getting outcasted because she was everybody else was jealous of her.
The Goldenborn was like, wait a minute, you're too good with your words. You're gonna start taking my people. But by the time that she had cast out this person, the damage had basically already been done, and quite a few people went with Svenja instead.
Mm-hmm.
So
we also have Halvard, who is
a fire breather.
Yeah, is a Tulenhong, which are like these people that have this divine flame within them.
Yeah.
But he was going out to the desert to try to find his lost niece.
Not lost, taken.
Or his taken niece.
His taken niece.
We found out that this person, Zlata.
Yep, Zlata.
Zlata, who is a
Iena,
who are hyena people.
Humanoids.
That she had been the cause behind his niece going missing, but is also trying to frame the Zvergin for kidnapping his niece in order to sow discourse between them and the Nombru.
He misheard, take a knee, and ended up in serious trouble. Wait, who did? I'm curious now. Who misheard, take a knee? Anyways. I wonder if that's in the writing.
Maybe.
I could see it.
Oh, we might have written that.
What is that?
It's a face palm.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Yeah, it's a little face palm.
Okay, fair enough.
So we being stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. So I'm thinking that Vivi here.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you get to write the first leader of the Zvergin.
I think Vivi here is.
No, this one is a noble, so this one is was born into this.
Yeah, I think they're the current leader of the Goldenborns.
Yes.
I think they're also the one that
Just
is
making
afraid.
a joke about take a knee, sounding a bit like take a niece. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fair enough.
That's fair.
He misheard take a knee and ended up way out of his league. Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
Okay, so I'm thinking that
yes.
Vivi is the current leader of the I've already messed up. Is the current leader of the Golden what were they called? Goldenborn?
Yes. Or the Goldenborn
tribe.
Nomads, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. I think that just tribe is okay for right now.
Yeah.
So, she wants to fit in, is her whole thing, and she wants to fit in by being a philanthropist.
Okay.
So, maybe, fitting in by being a philanthropist, I guess if you give enough money to people, they'll think that.
Will they? Or will they think you're just a rich, spoiled person that doesn't need to be fitting in?
So...
Here, take more money!
I think that...
But you have to remember, Zvergin don't necessarily care about money. Or at least these Zvergin don't. The other Zvergin definitely do, but these guys don't. These guys care about the bones.
I think that Vivi and Svenja were both in the running potentially to be the next leader of the Goldenborn tribe.
Are you thinking siblings? Or are you thinking Svenja or Vivi was technically next in line, but the way that it works is any Zvergin can take the mantle via some method.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's less of by birth type thing and more of they have to be chosen by the current leader or there's some sort of test of skill.
Okay.
And that while Vivi was the big like contender, like who
Mhm.
was supposed to basically do it. That Svenja kind of threatened that. Which is why she ended up getting outcasted by.
Okay, so question: Did Vivi outcast her, or did did the other leader outcast her, and now Vivi is like, all right, I can't have this person coming back.
So, oh, we didn't. Yeah, we rolled that their thing was gold. Okay, I was just making sure. So, let's see. So, did we say that she left on her own?
No, she was definitely thrown out.
She was thrown out?
Yes. The golden woman felt threatened and casted her out of the encampments.
I'm gonna say that. What if Svenja technically got leadership in whatever?
Exiled, yeah.
No. What if she was technically won leadership, but didn't realize that she won leadership?
Okay, but how would she not know that? Had news just not gotten to her yet, or because you have to think the Goldenborn is probably a fairly large group.
Or is it a large group?
Yeah, it's probably a fairly large group out here. So there's currently, the way I have it is there's basically 3 main groups in the desert, 3 main groups in the tundras. The Goldenborn are one of those 3 main groups, which means they just have several encampments around. So somewhere in those encampments, Svenja was. So it could be that Svenja just didn't get word that she had taken ownership, basically, and before word did get to her, Goldenborn or Vivi exiled Svenja.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe actually let's do something. I kind of want to roll a dark character motivation for her too.
Why?
Since she is in the neutral zone, basically. I just want to see if she would have any type of like evading responsibility.
But she's not evading responsibility.
She's not evading responsibility.
In fact, she's trying to take responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I think instead of going with the dark one, because I was seeing if there was gonna be any other thing that kind of played into it, but I think fitting in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think.
I mean, you gotta start typing at some point.
I know. I'm formulating this first before I start typing anything. So I think that before gaining this title, she
was in contention.
I think she was a companion of Svenja.
Yeah, she was definitely an ally of Svenja first.
For getting this title, she was in competition. There we go. It's probably better.
I would say in friendly competition.
Friendly.
Because I want them to be friends.
Competition. With another.
SV, I don't know. Well, SVENJA, I think. Svenja.
Is that
it doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter.
And yet you're still going up here.
I know. Yeah, that was it. Svenja. Look, it's gonna bug me.
Hey everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay. So she was in friendly competition with another Svergan named Svenja.
I feel like they just competed about everything.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to check out the Obsidian's D&D template? So I downloaded Obsidian. Fantasy monsters and such. Yes, there will be fantasy monsters. I will explain that in a second. And I downloaded Obsidian. I have not gotten a chance to look at the templates because I couldn't get the templates to upload for some reason. And yes, I did try, I promise. But I did, we did do that. We got Scrivener, we got Incarnate as well for maps, and we also got Scalpel, which is a note-taking one version of Scrivener, by the way. So I am still looking into the D&D templates. I'm not sure where to find it or how to upload it, if that makes sense. Because right now it's just a blank page, unfortunately. So normal fantasy monsters. Yes, there are going to be harpies, goblins, orcs, nagas, gnolls, ogres, I think, are in there. What else is there? Those are the only ones I have currently. Did I say wargs? Yeah.
Which those are all created by the big bad evil guy.
Yes, all of these are gonna have been corrupted via Cabal.
Yeah, Cabal. Yeah, you can explain a little bit about Cabal.
Yeah. Technically, we don't actually have a Cabal yet. We need to finish the current campaign. Just saying.
If you still go with that,
if we go with that idea.
A current idea for how the big bad evil guy of this world is going to be formed.
I can tell him.
Yeah.
So yeah, our current idea is in the Mutants and Masterminds campaign that we're running right now.
The big bad thing is called corruption in that world.
The big bad evil guy is just
the embodiment
literally
of corruption.
Goes by the name Corruption.
Yeah.
And he has corrupted. He broke sort of apart from
the key.
And what the key is more or less God, the creator of the world.
The key to existence.
So if a key doesn't have a world, it doesn't exist. Or if a world doesn't have a key, the world doesn't exist. So basically what we're going to do, I think, at least the current option, is at the end of the campaign, we are going to take one of the player characters, and they are basically going to get sucked into being a key / big bad evil guy in this campaign. So the big bad evil guy in this campaign could actually have different traits depending on who decides to take the fall. Which is kind of an interesting thing. But
and then the other characters are going to become most likely the Valiant, the Esotai, and potentially a fourth one. I haven't decided yet, but the fourth one doesn't, as of right now, does not have a place in the world because it doesn't. I haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah, the Valiant being the good.
The BBEGG. Yeah. The big guy, the big bad good guy.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, if you're too
bad good.
Yeah, because if you're too good, you're still bad.
BBGG.
Yeah, BBGG. You got the BBEG and you got the big bad good game.
Give me a example of a big bad good guy.
Frodo.
Okay, no. That's not a no.
He's a bad guy.
Well, that's
Batman. Huh? Yeah. Big bad good guy. Superman sometimes.
I hate that that's kind of right. Yes, I am typing up this. I'm coming up with stuff while you're, and then I'll read it.
Oh, the Hulk.
The Punisher is a better. Oh wait, is a big bad good guy just an anti-hero?
Spawn. Spawn is another big bad good guy. Venom. Venom's kind of a big bad good guy, even though he's closer to being a big bad evil guy. That's sometimes good. But once you start getting into like BBEGSG.
What's a big BSG?
Well, no, it's BBEGSG. Big bad evil guy, sometimes good.
What's an equivalent of a BB?
Venom is one step less than a big bad evil guy than Carnage, but he's still a big bad evil guy. Yeah, true about Venom.
So what's an equivalent of a big bad evil guy? Sometimes good.
Venom.
Okay. You got another one?
Nah, not right off the bat. Namor.
How about any rival in an anime?
There you go. Seto Kaiba. He's a big bad evil guy, sometimes good.
So Vivi's going to be a BBEGSG.
No, she's a BBNG.
Big bad neutral guy.
Big bad neutral guy. Uh-oh. If we keep this conversation going, we're going to What is a BBEGTORRSO? TORROSSOR is?
I gotta know what.
Now I'm actually kind of curious. What is a TORROSSOR? What is that? Oh, man. That was fun. And then you could also have a BBSG, or no, BBGG SNG. There we go. Sometimes not good. I don't know. I just wrote BBEG and then mashed my forehead into my laptop. Oh no. Well, I hope your laptop and forehead are both okay.
I gotta remember where I was at.
When this. That's where you're at. So what is a screw? Oh goodness. I'm having fun. I don't know about you. You have the very important task of making this person be very good. The realm of endless distraction. True.
Oh no, that's just D&D when we play it.
Yeah, this is honestly more. Okay.
You gotta tell the stories now, and this will give me time to come up with this character.
So while you write this character.
While I write this character.
So, I need to be able to see the chat.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay.
All right. So, endless distraction. I'm assuming most people have played D&D who are watching this, and you are well aware of the chaos that is D&D, or is any TTRPG.
Because the equivalent you're going to use isn't even D&D. It's not. It's our mutants game.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I personally did not expect this to go anywhere because I just expected to be...
Oh no, you're going to tell this story?
Yes.
Oh gee.
The 3-hour-long conversation that we had, yes.
Yes.
One of my campaigns, literally, we started playing, it was going great, and then it just came to a grinding halt as all 4 of my players refused to just go forward. with what I was saying.
Okay, you have to give more context.
I'm about to.
Okay, because there's a reason we didn't go forward with what you were saying.
They went up north to a town that was a party town. They did all the martial competitions, right? Now, me being the GM, I know what I was talking about. I was talking like martial arts, so nunchucks, like that kind of nonsense. Those kinds of weapons would be allowed. This turned into, well, are bows martial weapons? I was like, sure, bows can be martial weapons, right? Because they kind of are. Like, you see martial arts use bows all the time. And then it turned into, cool, can a gun be a martial weapon? And I was just like, no, plus none of you have guns, but whatever. This turned into a 3-hour conversation of, you ever watched Equilibrium? Honestly, I think I have. I'm not 100% sure, unfortunately, but I believe I've seen it. Just saying. And this turned into, all right, so what qualifies as a martial weapon? I was like, all right, so you got swords, nunchucks, staves, things like that, right? Now, all of these things have, Christian Bale does gun fu. That's all you need. Oh, wait, is that the one where you curve the bullet? Is that the curve the bullet one? If so, then yes, I've definitely seen it. No, that's Wanted. Okay. Well, then no, I don't think I've seen it. But I've seen Wanted. Curving the bullet. That's kind of gun fu, right? And so all of these weapons that I named have kind of a characteristic about them, which is they're all sticks. So they were like, all right, well, can an arrow be, an arrow's a stick, and it's just got a sharp, pointy end.
And a bow's a curved stick.
Right, curved sticks, right? And then they tried telling me, well, a bullet's a stick. And I said, you know what? If you guys want to walk into a martial competition holding a bullet, just holding it, and throwing the bullet at somebody, and watching it just hit them and fall down, not actually do anything. Because you're not firing it, you're not putting any kind of force behind it that would actually cause damage. And they said, no, we should be able to use a gun to fire a stick out of a melted, curved, pointed, completely weird stick. And I'm like, okay, but a gun is not a stick.
Okay, if you have a wooden gun, it's just a bent stick.
Then this turned into, but wooden guns are bent sticks. And I went, yes, but a wooden gun probably is still not going to put out enough force to deal damage with a bullet.
I hate that I think the reason why we had this conversation is because we were also playing as the announcers, and we wanted to say that this other team were using guns. But also, I think we had this conversation because this was also a no magic competition.
Yes, so no magic.
This is in a world where the characters have superpowers, and so it's like, okay, you can't use your powers. But we found loopholes for that.
They did.
Because
always.
It's like...
You know what? I'm using that next time on y'all. You know what? If guns are allowed, then you guys can have a banana.
So the way I got around the magic is my character has illusion powers. That's her powers. But the way I leveled her up, she has illusions that are real.
Are very realistic.
Yeah, very realistic. I think now they're actual,
you gotta keep typing.
Yes, I know. Now they're like actual things that are made.
Yeah. They still disappear after time, but...
Mm-hmm. But, so I made weapons using the illusions and used my illusion power to technically do the damage for the weapons without it technically counting as, magic. Which is skirting the rules so close to the line that we were trying to hide it. My team was trying to hide it from the announcers. Especially since I think we ended up winning, or it was a draw.
No, your team got smoked.
No, we were in the final round against Stefan.
Yeah, and Stefan's team smoked y'all.
No, remember it was a draw because somebody else came out on the court.
Yeah.
But I think we were gonna end up winning.
That's fair. Yeah, somebody else came out onto the court, which was basically an angelic deity.
A Valkyrie lady.
And she had almost just completely annihilated one of the player characters. But, of course, due to rule of cool and some very quick thinking from the player, it turned out to be a super epic fight, and then my actual player characters had to go up against each other, and they were like, well, we don't have anything that cool.
We're not gonna have this cool battle. It's literally the epicest battle we've had in this campaign so far.
So, yeah, that was fun. But yes, they derailed my campaign for almost 2 days, for almost 2 sessions, honestly, as we discussed
whether or not
our bullet sticks, and do they count as martial weapons?
Yeah, and then it came to the point where a few months later, I made a PowerPoint
about what martial weapons
about if guns are considered martial weapons and if guns should be allowed in the tournament. This was like a 20. I think it was either 25 minutes. Or 30 slide PowerPoint.
Yeah, it was like 15
It was something like and what I determined is guns could be considered martial weapons because martial implies war. Yeah. And guns are used in war is kind of how the basis of it. However,
there's no music.
I would not consider them a martial arts weapon. Even though there's like some debate on that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. So my argument was that we should change the tournament to a martial arts tournament rather than a martial tournament. So even though
you have to turn it over here?
I believe it should start playing.
I'm definitely getting music. Oh, there it goes.
Yep, there. Okay. Just a second, guys. I apologize for that. But yeah, so that was the end determination of that one, was that guns should not be allowed in the tournament, but they could be considered martial weapons. And I didn't even involve the whole stick argument in my PowerPoint, because
yeah, that is the part that honestly bothered me the most. Was their logic was, well, bullets are shaped like sticks, therefore it should be allowed in the tournament. Sure, the bullet itself can be in the tournament. You don't have anything to use it with, but you can bring a bullet in if you want to.
Yeah. And then you got we've had a couple of campaign derailing moments in that one, because
we're not going to talk about those ones. We're just going to keep going. Hey, we're still typing a leader here.
Yes.
You should have a lot to say about this leader.
So my idea is that
honestly, yeah, I have not been paying attention.
Yes. So that Vivi rigged it where she was put in charge instead of Svenja, and then exiled Svenja. But Vivi's all about she wants to fit in.
Okay.
So I'm thinking part of what makes the Goldborn tribe, is that they basically loot stuff from travelers in the desert and collect that gold. Mm-hmm. And that her stance is now, you know what? I want to make friends, so I'm just going to donate gold to people. Yep. I'm just going to start funding stuff because I want to fit in and I want to make friends. Yep. Somehow this angered the
tribe?
The hyena people, though.
Oh, the
and Cabal. Maybe she was trying to help the non-brew, even though she's not on the non-brew side technically. Like, she was donating stuff to the non-brew.
Yeah. She wants allies.
Yes. But Did she donate stuff to the hyenas, is the question.
Probably not. Probably not. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's see.
Rigged the,
So, question, y'all. Mainly because it's question of the day, and we talked about it kind of before anybody else had gotten on.
Yeah.
What are your favorite? What is your favorite character? Fantasy
Fantasy race.
Fantasy race. Thank you. That's the one. Why? For what reason? Things like that. What you got?
Yeah, I have to say it again because I'm very basic. I like elves.
Oh. I said ogres because they're big dumb mountain things, and I feel like that describes me very well. I feel like I could make a great ogre.
I like elves because they're very graceful and dexterous and have cool lore and fancy writing.
All right, anyways.
You take that back.
You're right. You are still very beautiful.
Oh, gee.
Honestly, fantasy in general, it can be a D&D race. It can just be general fantasy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I said I like elves, but I also like from D&D, I like tieflings and the homebrew race that I played a character in, which is a Draken, which are half dragon people. And in my D&D campaign that I run, the Drakens are pretty... I'd say they're pretty common in the past because it's a world where the gods and dragons were fighting. It's like
You're welcome.
Cut the war, the gods and dragons. So there's like some evil people and powerful people who are that race.
Mine were specifically ogres from Warcraft, by the way, because they're just funny looking guys, and they go, "I'm ready, I'm not ready," because they always have two heads. What? That is one of their lines. Is "I'm ready, I'm not ready."
No, you said you feel like you resonate with the ogres. It feels like you.
You can see me as an ogre, right?
Oh, gee.
You're a lizard person, so lizard folk in D&D and stuff like Argonians from Elder Scrolls. Okay. Interesting. Okay, when you say you are a lizard person, you are actually a lizard person? If so, I knew it. You can ask her. I've known that we've had a lizard person watching our streams at some point. Quick, now you have to run. But don't actually run. Question, if you're a lizard person, how often do lizards run on two legs? Or are you more of a four-legged running lizard? This is very important questions now for lizard people. Do we run more like, nah, but the lizards, I had geckos for a while. Okay, nice. You had geckos? Nice.
So they're a lizard person in the sense of like you're a dog person.
Yeah. Don't tell them I'm a dog person.
You're also a cat person. You have a very clingy cat.
I'm an animal person.
You're also a shark person.
I am much more of a shark person.
Even though you have no pet sharks to...
True. I wish I had a pet shark. With a laser on its head.
I am finding this super difficult to concentrate.
Oh, you know what? That's true. Look at their name. Charismatic Canine.
You know, that's fair.
So wait, are you more of a dog person or are you more of a lizard person? Oh, you could be a charismatic Lizanine.
Lizanine?
Yeah. Lizard canine. What kind of dogs do you have? If you have dogs. Do you have dogs? I hope you have dogs. Especially with your name being Canine. Or is it because of her strength she doesn't fit in?
Well, I think despite her being super strong and such, she doesn't fit in with others.
That's
like,
fair. Because she broke. So she's resorted to using the tribe as well. I'm in South Canada. Oh, smart.
She's very talkative.
So my username is actually from a
Or-
D&D game. Oh! My character, a bard, got bit by a werewolf, and he made it part of his act, doing special shows on a full moon under the stage name The Charismatic K9. Oh! Alright. What was he originally? Was it human, or... Huh. I have a story about a werewolf too. She's gonna hate me for it.
No.
Yep, I'm doing it. Originally an elf.
Oh, nice.
The original bard was an elf, and then turned into a werewolf.
Yeah, you can tell the werewolf story. It's gonna hurt my heart.
Yeah, it is. All right, so really didn't even plan for this either. I planned for
It was a stupid thing that happened because of my stupid brother.
Yeah. So started out with a town, just a little port town. They were sent on into the woods where a bunch of people were coming back, like, dead from what looked like giant claw marks and, you know, dead. Imagine a werewolf and how they would kill people. That's what happened.
There's a bunch of maimed bodies around the town.
Maimed bodies. There you go.
This was like first session of the first D&D campaign that you ran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they went out to the woods, and this was not a bite curse. This was a cursed flower. So think Beauty and the Beast, that kind of thing. It was the flower that was the curse. They knew a priest in town. They found this special flower that held the lycanthropy curse in the woods. And so they grabbed it, decursed the flower, which decursed this guy, this werewolf. This werewolf then became... this werewolf was actually the mayor of the next city that they were going to. Or not mayor, more or less mayor.
He's the leader of the city.
The leader. His name was Wolverick.
His name was Kron Wolfric.
Very, very original wolf name, you know. Big, burly human, rather hairy. So it kind of looked like a werewolf anyways. And her character...
My second character.
Got the feels for him.
Yeah, my second character, who was a bard, she saw him, she was like, you know what? I want a piece of you.
He's cute.
He's cute. He was the dumb himbo guy.
Yeah. Even though he wasn't all that dumb, he was actually a fairly intelligent dude.
Yeah, but he had that feel about him. He
Yeah, but big burly muscle guy. Never had a shirt on for some reason. Who knows why?
But she was a character. She was neutrally aligned, and she never really found much support in anyone before. Like, everybody either thought of her as bad because she worshipped Tiamat, which should be considered bad.
Generally.
But it was because that was how her family... She was raised by tieflings. She was a human, but she was raised by tieflings.
Again, does not make any sense.
But she didn't actively worship Tiamat.
Yes.
But she was always treated as not good by most people.
Yeah.
And he was the first
You keep
person
typing.
she had an attachment to. You brought up Wolverick.
I did. keep typing though. We still have 2 more characters to do, and we're already an hour and 30 minutes into the stream.
I know.
So Wolverick, her character caught the feels for him, and they were hanging out with him some. They got cursed in this house that originally belonged to... Honestly, I don't know what he was, but he was a guy by the name of Silver.
He was a lich.
Yeah, a lich.
Oh, he was a lich.
Or at least he turned into a lich.
He collected a bunch of weird magical
things.
items.
Exactly. And so their characters went into this house, and they were like, "Oh, cool!" And they met Rumpelstiltskin, who did give one of my characters the Ring of 3 Wishes that came with a cost.
Okay, look, he gave him the Ring of 3 Wishes because this was a very epic session we did. This was probably our longest session we did for D&D, where it was like a 10-hour session.
Yeah,
it was a great day.
It was.
We had a break in between where we went to like a restaurant, and we ended at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
it was fun, but. What happened during the session, why he got a Ring of 3 Wishes, is because this trickster imp guy told him, look, pick a card.
Pick a deck of cards.
Okay, this is a deck of cards. Tell me how many cards down in the deck is the 2 of
Two of spades.
And
why the 2 of spades? I don't know, just because. And yes, nothing better than a full day of gaming. And honestly, kind of when I do the first session where we do the characters in this one, I kind of want it to be a full day of gaming so that we can get through all the sessions at once.
Yeah, but all of our friends go to bed early now because we all have real jobs.
I know. It would definitely have to be on a Saturday, probably.
Yeah, but yeah. So he was. We had an actual deck of cards, and he told the actual player like how many cards down in this deck is the 2 of spades. And so he said, I think 24?
Yeah, it was like 23 or something.
And we counted through the deck. And it was exactly that many.
And I was like, all right. Since you seem to have luck, I then shuffled the deck. And I said, all right, can you tell me where the 2 of spades is again? And the guy was like, I don't know, like 12 or 13. So then I counted down 13 cards, and the 2 of spades was there again.
Yeah, no, it was both he guessed perfectly both times, which we all freaked out. He almost went home at that point. He was going to go buy a lottery ticket because he was like, you know what? Most luck I'll ever have in my life.
You basically had a 2 in 104 chance of getting that right.
Mm-hmm. And... so, yeah, he earned a Ring of 3 Wishes.
Stupid friends with their stupid lives and needing to go their stupid jobs and make their stupid money.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Who wants to do any of that when you can have gaming?
But yeah, no, that's how we got a Ring of 3 Wishes. Was from that.
But of course, I wasn't just gonna give him a Ring of 3 Wishes, so it came with a curse. Where every time he used it, his highly, I think, strength-based character... don't worry about it. That's my go-to phrase. Don't worry about it. So we're talking about my friend guessing where the 2 of spades was twice, in a normal 52 card deck.
Yep, and then after he did that, whenever I made dice boxes for all of our friends year before last,
true. Yeah,
I put two of spades cards in his dice box.
So then so they got this Ring of 3 Wishes. They went into Silver's house, and this was basically a little mini dungeon for Wolverick. For Silver. Sorry, for Silver's house.
Wolverick was with us when we went.
Now this...
I forgot why we took Wolverick with us, actually.
Because he was there.
Yeah.
That's all. Because he was investigating the area around, and y'all said, "Hey, you want to come with us?" He was like, "All right, sure."
I probably said, "Hey, you want to come with us?"
So they went down into Silver's basement. Now, in Silver's basement, one of the characters got turned into a vampire. But it weren't able to make bite attacks, things like that. They were just that was the same answer the party artificer gave whenever she made a new contraption. Party would wander up and ask, "Why are you covered in black powder?" Don't worry about it. Yeah, for me, it's whenever I GM and they're like, "What are you doing? What you doing?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. Eventually, you'll know what I'm doing, and then you can worry about it." And so they went down into this dungeon, and they had to fight. Honestly, one of the coolest characters I have ever made. Mainly because I more or less took it from Yu-Gi-Oh! So if anybody's ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Most people know of the Paradox Brothers. The Paradox Brothers have a labyrinth as their battlefield for one of the duels. And they summon a creature called the Wall Shadow. So I threw in a Wall Shadow in the bottom of this in the bottom of this dungeon. I know you know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. We used to duel, and you used to kick my butt, but that's beside the point. We also used to play Pokemon. And now, if you ask me to play the Pokemon card game, I'd look at you and go, I don't know what any of the rules are to this anymore. And so they ended up killing said Wall Shadow. Which then became a problem because the ghost of the good version of Silver came down and said, look, this house needs to stay standing because there's a bunch of magic in here, and that's kind of how my house works. I need a sacrifice.
You missed did you mention the part where we had to have a time loop? Where the Ring of Three Wishes had to happen? Because that was before the Wall Shadow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not... That part doesn't matter to the story. To where I'm going with it.
No. The fact that we had a Ring of Three Wishes that was already used in this dungeon because the vampire royally screwed over the rest of the party and was basically going to sacrifice everybody.
Had almost killed the entire group.
Yeah, and thus they had to use this
because they kept touching every magic cursed item.
Yeah, and thus
fell into a burning ring of three wishes. A strength sapping ring of three wishes. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so we had a Ring of Three Wishes. They had 2 wishes left.
Yes, that was used same session. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of crazy, honestly.
But yeah.
So they ended up killing the Wall Shadow, and the spirit said, "Look, I need somebody to take the spot." So here's the thing: the group that we had, I believe at this time there were 5 player characters.
I don't know, man.
In the session.
In the session, there's probably 5.
And they had, I think, 1 or 2 NPCs with them. So there were 7 people in this party. So.
Do we have the pregnant girl with us? The, pregnant NPC?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if she was with us. Yes, she was with us, because we didn't want her to die.
Yes.
Gwen.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And so, you keep typing.
I'm done for right now. But
okay, well then we need to start rolling the next thing.
After we finish the story, we'll...
Okay. So they did the whole thing. Spirit said, look, I need somebody to take the spot of this Wall Shadow. You're just going to hang out, basically live here for eternity. Right? And one of our characters, I was basically trying to give them kind of a way out of their character because their character had already been maimed.
Their character, let me explain. Their character, this is my brother's character. He was playing a cat. Like, not a tabaxi. He was a walking cat wizard.
He was a cat from Fairy Tale. He was one of those cats.
He was a walking cat wizard who was kind of crazy and tried using a magical item that was way too powerful for him that ended up freezing and breaking off one of his arms and one of his legs. So he was a disabled cat who he hated playing because he was getting like negative penalties on everything.
Yes. Yes, a literal cat who was a wizard.
Yeah. Yes. but he didn't like playing him. He wanted to switch characters. So this was your way of giving him out.
I was giving him a way out, saying, look, one of y'all is going to be here, you're going to live eternally, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And again, part of the reason that the session took 10 hours was because the group could not decide who they wanted to sacrifice.
I thought this was only an hour it took for us to decide. But...
And she kept trying to convince that player, who wanted the way out anyways, to sacrifice his character. He said no.
Because that's not what his character would do.
That's not what my character would do. That's not what my character would do. Even though Kat had also said, oh, God, I just need to die. Right? Like, everything was pointing to, dude, just sacrifice your cat. Right? But no, I don't want to. Okay, cool. Eventually, Silver got tired of waiting. And by that, Jeremy, I got tired of waiting. So I said, all right, I am rolling a D4, evens odds for the 2 NPCs. And I was like, all right.
No, you roll, it wasn't a D4, it was like a D6 or 8, because that was the amount of players.
Has also played Mutants and Masterminds.
Oh, nice.
Base kinds of off Doctor Strange, except he was accompanied by Smash, his indestructible pet cat, who was also his primary weapon.
That's cool.
Interesting.
But yes, so what happened was you were rolling a dice, and because you rolled evens odds for what direction it was going to go down, basically.
Yeah. And it just so happened to roll on the number that I had assigned to Wolverick. So Wolverick, probably everybody's favorite NPC at the time,
everybody
got sacrificed to live as a wall shadow in the bottom of a cursed house of a lich.
And
she was not too happy with me.
My character became instantly depressed and turned to drinking.
But don't worry, then they got sent to the past, and she got to meet the ghost of Wolverick for a brief time.
Before she was killed by
brutally
killed by an ally rolling a nat 1 on a soul-draining weapon, where if they killed somebody with the weapon, then they could not be brought back. And because he rolled a nat 1,
yes,
and a one-shot that was supposed to be non-canon, it was a Christmas one-shot.
He would throw Smash with telekinesis, and since Smash was indestructible and felt no pain, he would just be there cleaning his fur from concrete dust while I was using it with a wrecking ball. Yes, but yeah, her character got one shot.
That's a great Mutant's character.
By the Lich's weapon, actually.
Got one shot by friendly fire that was accidental in a Christmas one shot where me, the player, was there in my like Christmas sweater, very happy about, this being supposedly non-canon. I was fighting the Grinch and the Miser Sisters, and because I was just the closest one to the to him, my character ended up,
To be fair, I was mean. That's my bad. I have not done that since, but I was not unfair. Because I did give you, 4 chances to dodge this attack.
You gave me a lot of dex saves, but my character had a belt of giant strength, so my strength was my best stat.
Yes.
It was not fun. My character had a pact with Asmodeus, where when I died, I was going to become a fiend, and because I literally got wiped out of existence, that couldn't even happen with my character post-mortem.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Yeah. I know, I want to throw Smash into a wall. I just think it would be fun.
That is a pretty cool Mutants character. But yeah, that character makes me very sad. Wolverick makes me very sad.
That whole set of characters right there.
Wolverick, ever since then, because of Wolverick, I've taken up, a liking to werewolves. An appreciation. I have a little werewolf, statue that I put in my graveyard of my Halloween
And
village and my Christmas village, yeah. Every year, and that's a little monument to Ulrich.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird how sometimes when you're playing games, like, you have a character that, touches you and you're like, oh.
Again, he was supposed to be a werewolf. They were supposed to kill him. They said, nah, we're rescuing a werewolf.
Yeah, and then we had Gorbin, who was a goblin from, like, one of the initial sessions that we kidnapped.
I feel like that's just everybody. Every D&D group always has one bad guy that they save, and that becomes their new traveling companion.
Yeah.
They did that with Gorbin the Goblin.
Gorbin the Goblin, who died that same session because they tried to send Gorbin to
go talk to other goblins.
Who then were like, Gorbin, you're a traitor. Stab.
And stabbed him. Poor Gorbin.
Okay, so reading the character that we made, this
I feel
one...
like we need to add a lot more to this.
So, I'm trying to figure out the nature focus part, but I think I actually have everything else on here.
Okay, good.
So Vivi is the current leader of the Goldenborn tribe. Before gaining the title, she was in friendly competition with another Zvergan named Svenja. Vivi was physically stronger, but Svenja was much more persuasive. Even though Vivi felt she was more deserving of leadership, her rival was loved by everyone, making Vivi feel constantly inferior. When they came of age, it was time to call upon the new tribe leader. Everyone was certain on who it was going to be. However, when the word arrived, the news came as a shock. Vivi, not Svenja, was going to be the new leader. As the tribe leader, her first act was to exile her former rival. However, Vivi had secretly rigged the results.
That makes sense.
Despite her strength, Vivi finds it hard to fit in with others, so she's resorted to using her tribe's immense wealth to gain allies. But she finds it hard to keep any for long, as anytime people start asking too many questions of her, she and her tribe quickly flee with the remaining gold. Because she's evasive.
Okay. But you didn't explain anything about not talking.
Not talkative because she's much more,
I thought she was
strength.
talkative.
No, she's not, because, Svenja is the talkative one.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I just don't know about the nature focus thing. I'm thinking that maybe...
So, she punches things. Ooh. My favorite interaction with Smash, though, was when another character in the party who had super strength through an orbiting satellite. Smash came back down to Earth, leaving a fire trail on re-entry. We found Smash at the bottom of a crater, playing with a chunk of space debris.
That's great. That's just the kind of shenanigans of mutants.
Alright. I'm feeling it.
Our current Mutants campaign is much more...
not how it's supposed to be
It's
run.
much less wacky and much more, I would say, almost grounded, but it's a lot more narratively dramatic in a sense, and much more roleplay heavy, and we don't use official Mutants rules, we use somewhat.
Indestructibly on a tabby cat is OP. Oh yeah, no, that just sounds like fun. Now, so wait, how did your cat become indestructible? I
think there's an indestructible trait you can get.
Is that one of the basically the feats or the what are they called? Not feats,
I'm
but
trying to remember. It's been a minute since we've actually played.
Those things, like Die Hard.
I think there's like a power or a feature that you can get basically.
Okay.
Even though we play
we use the general mechanics, but it's definitely not anything like what it should be.
Like how it should be run.
Unfortunately, we've only made one.
Yeah, max rank, indestructible, shield, and life support. So you can survive literally anything.
Oh, alright. So far, we've only made one, but we're about to do a second one. But we've had a lot of stories today.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so the nature-focused aspect is the
we'll
only
come back
thing.
to that.
Well, we can come back to her.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go ahead and start with the next character.
Yes. Ready?
That one, I feel like we're gonna find out more about her. It's just, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little distracted.
You are. But don't worry, I got this one. Alright, ready? Good, bad, neutral. I'm gonna laugh if we don't get good here. Ha!
Okay, we're doing a bad one.
We got a Kabbalion. And you said you were gonna make it
That's
so
not
that we.
race, that'd be.
And you said we were gonna make
Showdown.
it so that we.
Oh, this is the wrong. This is the wrong sheet.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I will grab it. You're just taking this one. Insert. I apologize. Yeah, you would think whenever we change the
Thing we would have gotten rid of all of them. No.
Oh, I meant whenever we change the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would get more good guys, but so far we've gotten a neutral person and a bad guy.
Yeah, and last time we got like 2 good guys, right? Whenever everything was
Yes.
equally weighted. So, random chance. Random chance is fun. And there we go. So, lines.
We got Kabbalion. Kabbalion. Alright, there we go. And then we get to roll on this one.
So these are our evil races, and it'll be funny if you get them.
Venom?
Yeah. Ooh, it's another one of the hyena people.
Why? Do 9 step and watch you get.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Why? Why are? I don't want another hyena. All right.
Okay.
Nope.
No, sorry.
Nothing about that was right. There we go.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's a hyena.
Next one. This is a hyena person.
Which it makes sense. We already got a hyena person.
Yeah. Is it gonna be mountains again?
I will laugh hysterically if it is.
Nope, this is in the plains. Actually, honestly, it makes sense too, because that's where whatchamacallit was. The dragon person.
Who's the dragon person?
The Tulinhang.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The fire breather.
Fire
Next.
breather.
Do
It says locations. I need to change that where it says.
Yes, we will.
I'll change it later.
All right.
They're another bureaucrat. Yes.
No, I refuse.
No.
I refuse. I refuse to have another.
It wants us to do a bureaucrat.
Alright, whatever. Whatever. Why? Bureaucrat.
Look,
I hate this.
It's what the chance wants us to do.
I think our other hyena is also a bureaucrat.
Yes, it is.
Alright, what freaking positive trait does this thing have? They're unselfish. Okay. So a bad guy that's unselfish. They're willing to spread around the murder. Unselfish.
There we go. Scroll down to that.
Okay. Negative trait. What negative trait does it have?
They're selfish.
They're volatile. Okay. I feel like that's just most bureaucrats, aren't they? Volatile. Next up we have... this is gonna have an evil motivation, right?
Yes.
Alright, evil motivation... Overthrowing good with evil. Alright.
Huh. So they're unselfish.
This is a backstory,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
So volatile, definition is easily evaporated at normal temperatures, which I don't think is the one we're going with.
No.
Other would be liable to change rapidly and unpredictably, especially for the worse.
Oh, this
So,
actually works perfectly
I
then.
think this is a hyena with split personalities.
So this just sounds like actually a good guy, right?
Mhm.
Who just is super quick to turn and be a bad guy.
Yeah, I think they have split personalities though. Is what like.
He's a solo adventurer, so he goes solo everywhere.
Interesting. You're a bureaucrat who is a solo adventurer.
This is this. So, we have
Schizophrenic capital. Honestly.
Ooh. Unselfish and volatile equals psychopath.
Yeah, this is a psychopath roaming around.
All right. So we need a special gear, if you don't mind.
Special gear is this one.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What do we got? Is that
See that
gold?
right there?
Is that gold?
No, it's armor.
Armor. Okay. What does it actually say though?
I believe it's armor. Go into our sheet. It is further down.
Too far.
It is armor.
Armor. Okay.
I mean,
so this one has cool armor. Armor. If I recall, extremely self-centered, so that doesn't quite fit. All right.
I think they're just crazy. I think they're less of a psychopath and just kind of crazy.
And then what is the
Their
quirk for him? Or her?
Well, this is one we've gotten before. This is
unusual language. All right.
So they speak an unusual language.
Okay. Or do they know an unusual language? For them. All right.
We gotta come up with their name.
I don't know what they are though.
I got it.
I don't know what Iena is.
It is Croatian.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Because we did this last week.
That's fair. Boy, girl. Was our last one a boy or a girl?
Last one was a girl.
Okay.
So we said
evens is boys.
Evens is boys, odds is girls. That's
odds
another girl.
So it's another girl. All right.
So we're gonna do this twice.
2 times. All right. I like Blazenka.
Kind of like Zrinka.
Zrinka.
Petra.
Huh?
Valentina.
Not Petra. I refuse to do Petra. Valentina in honor
Valentina.
of Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day was about to come up. Plus, they could just be a yandere. They could be a yandere.
Or
listen though.
Any other name?
A psycho adventurer yandere. A hyena yandere.
Alright, sure, why not? Guess we're doing Valentina. Valentina the hyena. Hyendere?
Hyendere.
Hyendere? Okay.
Hyendere.
Oh no.
6 for this.
Okay, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Marcy? Marsek? Biloglav.
Marcus.
Rosman?
Stefanak.
I don't like...
Oh, we could have gotten Olga.
No. Oprah! Has a sister named Oprah?
Bistrovic.
I like Marcus, maybe? Or Ruzik?
Rosman.
Or Rosman?
Billy Glove.
No, we can also just use, like, Ivani. We don't have to add the Sevic on it. We just do Ivani.
I could just do Ivan, last name Ooze.
You shush. You shush. Your Power Ranger's mouth. Shush.
That was such a basic Power Rangers thing, though. Like,
I'm feeling Ivani.
you like Ivani?
I like Ivani. We're gonna do Ivani. Valentina Ivani. Use Nada as the surname. Is surname first name or last name? Valentina Nada.
Valentina Nada.
Alright. No Valentines for this person. Alright. Valentina Nada it is. Alright. Oh god.
Hey, this one's your one to come
I'm
up with.
I'm aware.
So, we already have a bureaucrat hyena. So,
This one lives in the plains though.
this one lives in the plains. and is a tsundere, is how we're saying. They're unselfish because they really love people.
I hate everything about this.
They're volatile because they have crazy mood swings.
I hate.
And even though that they're technically on the side of evil, they might just do something good for once just because. But their big plan is overthrowing good with evil. Ooh, maybe they're a yandere for the Tulenhung.
Can you look up
Or the guy's uncle.
Can you look up bureaucrat for me?
Yes.
I want to make 100% I'm about to use this right.
A bureaucrat is defined as an official in a government department, in particular one perceived as being concerned with procedural correctness at the expense of people's needs. An example is the unemployed will be dealt with not by faceless bureaucrats, but by individuals.
Oh, that doesn't help.
Okay,
All right,
okay,
Valentino.
Here we go. Here's another. It comes from bureau, which is a desk. So bureaucracy means government by people at desk.
Okay.
So,
Is
bureaucrats are government officials who typically rule things based on procedure at desk.
Being a solo adventurer, how does that freaking work?
So maybe she was a bureaucrat.
Okay.
But she left to be a solo adventurer because she got the feels for someone.
I hate everything.
And she wants to turn them evil so they can be with her forever. Maybe she's the one who went out and planted the compass for the guy. So last session we had last streaming session we had the Tulenhung guy, who are the people with the fire within them. That he was being led by this compass.
Is that right? Is that how you spell commotion?
Well, you're about to find out.
I mean, it hasn't yelled at me yet. Then.
But
he
was being led by this compass, which he thought was leading him to his niece, but it instead was leading him wherever this hyena person wanted it to go. Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
Would you mind actually filling mine up too?
Yep.
Thank
With
you.
water?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We're getting water. Well, she's getting water. So y'all get to see me going at it with typing here. Sorry, hang on. I will actually move it down so that you guys can see it. Down the road, rushing over, she found the aftermath of, of what looked to be a kidnapping. A house had been set ablaze by something, though she had to round a corner, so she was unable to see who the I'm gonna use criminals, but I need a better name for criminals. I know there is one, I just don't know it right off the bat. Like a instigator is somebody that eggs it on. Another word for criminals. Scoundrel? Yes. That might be right. Scoundrels. Scoundrels were that had started it. There was a woman in the streets that came, that was screaming, for her daughter to be brought back. Scoundrel is more of a petty criminal. You know, we're gonna do criminals. Because this is kind of a bigger thing. This is not like breaking and entering kind of thing. This is somebody kidnapping a little girl. Remember we were talking earlier in the stream about he mistook Bend the Knee, and so he ended up in a lot of trouble. This is pertaining to that. So that's what we're going for right here. There was a woman in the streets that was screaming for her daughter to be brought back. And a little while later, the great entertainer. The great entertainer, what is this person's name? Is where is it? Weak-willed. Where is it? Halvard. Halvard, who had just finished a show. Down the road a few blocks away. Up. First one. Wow. Why did it? Valentina. Him over here. Plenty of times. Playing with the daughter of the family as they were related. Blood, however. Sorry. Valentina had seen him over here plenty of times playing with the daughter of the family as they were related, not by blood, however. Valentina felt sorry for the family and offered to when somebody validates a quest for these people to leave town and search for the girl that was suspiciously missing. However, due to her careful attention to details, for Halvard to leave town and search for the girl, that was suspiciously missing. However, due to her careful attention to details, she could tell better than any that were there who had already
There you
committed
go.
this.
It'll taste like orange water because you had an orange drink in there before.
That's fair.
Sorry, I was just talking to your parents about Super Bowl halftime performances and minimal clothing.
All right. Why? Now you have to elaborate.
Oh, like the Janet Jackson incident that was...
Like last year or the year before?
Oh, yeah, and like last year, yeah. No, that's where the conversation went. It went from Puppy Bowl to that. I don't know. Conversation devolved anyway.
She knew this had to be the work.
And whenever I'm not here, the document doesn't get scrolled down.
Okay, to be fair, I had scrolled it down, but then I had scrolled it back up, and then I forgot to scroll it down further. My bad. She knew this had to be the work of one of her old bureaucratic buddies. A loose term. From the mountains.
You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Ivenia? Is that Iena? No. What? No, that's the race. What's the thing? What's her actual name?
You gotta scroll up a
It
little
was
bit.
Zlata. Okay. Not Ivenia. Zlata. You get to keep the conversation going this time.
Oh, hey.
I kept it going the entire last time.
Okay. So, what's the general like, what you're coming up with for this character? Because I might be able to derive something from that.
All right. So, what I have currently is she happened to be there when the crime happened, where the girl got taken.
Mm-hmm.
So she validated the quest for Halvard to go out there because that's her job, is to validate. So this town needs validation to go out of town on adventures. And she is one of those people that basically gives the stamp of approval. Though
We're still going with yandere aspect for her.
Okay, you have to explain what that is again, because I don't remember.
Do you remember, what's her freaking name? You remember Mary? But Mary's not the one I was trying to say. The girl from Pokemon Scarlet, who really, really loves battles, and she just really wants you to battle, and that kind of personality.
Okay, that's fair.
But instead of like, you can only battle me,
okay,
it'd be like, you can only love me.
Okay.
If anybody else comes against you.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, you didn't watch Future Diary, or else I would have used the most well-known yandere from that show as an example. But Mary's another one. So this is kind of how I'm gonna keep the conversation going while you're typing this up. So Mary's a character from our Mutants and Masterminds campaign. She is my character's sister. She's one of the NPCs. And she is very crazy. And that she is, she grew up rich, but, was very sadistic. By the way, yanderes are typically sadistic. But then again, they're sadistic, but, they act like they're innocent, basically. They put up that innocent act, but then they're secretly sadistic under it. Which is why I feel like Mary could be a yandere, but then they're typically, like, after someone, like... Have you ever seen Yandere Simulator?
No!
Man, I got some stuff I gotta show you. But, yeah, so... Mary liked hurting people, but she also liked, vigilantes. And, the vigilante in the world, that was really well known, his name was Pandemanium, and he was Batman, but a panda. I could talk more about Pandemanium and his Night City. Instead of Gotham City, it was Night City. KNIGHT, Night City.
Provided the...
But she really liked Pandemanium, and she wanted to run off and be a vigilante. But then Pandemanium, told her that she was very childlike, that because she still liked comic books. And so I got her feelings hurt, and she ended up being a very bloodthirsty, basically, vigilante. And whenever she got powers, she got, like, blood powers, where she could control blood. And she was a yandere character, kind of, for another guy. His name was Stuart. He was a minion. Our mutants campaign is very has a lot of very weird things, and that we have minions for my character has minions. My minions are named after the minions from Minions. So I have Bob, Stuart, Dave, and Kevin. They don't have the same personalities as the minions, but they have the same names, and they are all brothers. They're all homunculi. So if one of them dies, they can get reformed afterwards, and we have used them for cannon fodder before.
Yep.
Mostly Bob. Bob is a gunslinger guy. He hit his head and doesn't speak a normal language. He speaks like Minionese, so he goes like "Babadoy, baboy."
Contraption.
But we've used him as cannon fodder a lot. Kevin is very loud, and he's the stealthy one. But you, as the GM, made his personality where he likes to scream a lot, even though I put all of his stuff into stealth.
Don't worry, he's still stealthy. I haven't made him wreck the team yet because of his scream.
Haven't, but...
Oh god, I need to go further
and then...
down. See, this is what I expect. Full-blown story.
Okay, look. I'll add more to the other one. My brain is having trouble coming up with ideas right now.
To be fair, you did have a leader, which
are harder.
Which is harder for sure. Yeah.
So Bob, Kevin, Dave is Kevin is very small. Dave is his twin brother, but they're not identical twins because Kevin is like 5 foot, I think, or he's 5'1", and Dave's like 6 feet. But Dave's whole thing is protect. He's got a shield. All of his stuff is put into making sure I don't get hurt. He's like my bodyguard. And then Stuart is kind of their leader. He's the oldest brother, and he is very smart. He knows like 15 languages, but I don't think our world even has 15 languages we've come up with yet. So he knows a lot of weird dialects and everything. He is a master poisoner.
He doesn't get paid enough for what he is.
Yeah, that's his big thing. Is he's also really good at tech, I believe. But his catchphrase is, "I don't get paid enough for this," because the end joke with him is that he never gets paid his salary. Any of his salary, for being a minion, and that whenever it comes time to like pay him, that I'm always like, "Oh well, you know, your stuff's in the mail," because he is worth way too much that if we pay him what he's worth, then it's not gonna be enough, and he's gonna want to leave. So like if we tried to pay him what he's worth, he's gonna realize that he could be making more, basically. So he doesn't get paid enough for this, but he keeps working because it's an apocalyptic world in the time that the campaign takes place in, so like what else is he gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, our yandere psychopath, Mary, is kind of a yandere for Stuart in a way. She was a yandere for one of the player characters, but he died, so he died in game, so that was a whole thing. That was basically like the Wolverine thing, but for an NPC because of a player character dying. To be fair, my character was also that way when that PC died. She kept his body and wanted to try to bring him back, and another PC had to take the body away from her and lock it up or do something. I don't know what he did because they won't tell me what he did with it. They have like some sort of secret plan with it, right? Because he's supposed to have it somewhere theoretically, unless he got rid of it.
Wait, sorry, what?
Abyss Walker's body.
What about it?
Oh,
apparently it's just in a freezer somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, the other PC took it, wouldn't let my character have it, because they were afraid that I was going to try to bring him back as a zombie, which I don't have the power to do, but I could probably figure out how to do it.
They literally have somebody that her dad who can bring back people as zombies.
Yeah, my character's dad can bring back people as zombies.
Not lining up with the tracks that were being left. This is a big story, by the way, for Valentina. And then crap. Synced one final document for herself. Her plan was to let these adventurers die out here.
How much longer do you think you have for this one?
Brutal sands.
There's another story I want to tell of us getting off topic in our Mutants campaign, but
all right.
I don't know if you want me to tell it. It's about a cabin.
No. All right. So this is
one day I will tell it.
Sorry.
It involved a bottle of maple syrup and half a Twinkie and 3 shirtless guys.
All right, well now you have to tell it.
Nope, that's all. That's all.
Especially prepared.
That's all until you let me tell it.
Context. Tell it. Now you have to give context.
So, we were exploring around in a town. It wasn't a town, it was the woods. We're exploring around.
I'm going to defend myself after this.
It was the woods near a town. It's a post-apocalyptic world. And we came across a cabin. And we explored the cabin, because what else do you do whenever you just find a random cabin in the woods, right? So we opened up the cabin, and inside were 3 shirtless lumberjacks all sleeping. The only other things we were able to find inside was a jar of maple syrup, or a bottle of maple syrup, and half a Twinkie.
Mm-hmm.
And thus discussion began between us players as to why the 3 shirtless lumberjacks. No, that's fair.
You started it.
Yeah, the discussion began as to why the 3 sleeping shirtless lumberjacks had a bottle of maple syrup and half a Twinkie. It was such
3 bears in a cabin.
It was such specific details that we were like, okay, something has to be going on here. What? Why? So yeah, that's become a kind of an in-joke, and it's 3 bears in a cabin. We were like, okay, why are the 3 guys shirtless in here sleeping together? Like, technically we weren't told they were sleeping together.
No,
we were just told that they were all sleeping in the cabin.
I said they were sleeping. There was one over there, and one on the floor. They were not even close to each other.
They're sleeping in the cabin together without shirts on, specifically without shirts on, with half an eaten Twinkie and a bottle of maple syrup. Why half a Twinkie? That's another question.
Okay.
Why half a Twinkie?
Because this world is post-apocalyptic, and everybody knows that in post-apocalyptic world, Twinkies don't go bad. So they all had a Twinkie, and they were rationing their food with the Twinkie. All right?
So the three shirtless guys were sharing a Twinkie and dripping maple syrup on it.
But I don't think so.
See, it's probably similar to the theory we came up with.
Just go with Zombieland. There will be Twinkies and roaches. See? Zombieland. Twinkies and roaches. Everybody knows this.
But it was like, in the context of that whole session, it was such a specific detail. And anytime a DM gives a specific detail, there's normally a reason for it. So...
That's a Family Guy. Oh, dang it! It's a Family Guy reference.
Yeah, it's a Family Guy
Okay, well,
reference.
it's also in Zombieland, alright? So, at least the Twinkies are in Zombieland. That's kind of the whole premise of Zombieland, is one of the guys wants Twinkies, because Twinkies don't go bad. And it's the small things in life, like Twinkies.
But yeah, such specific details that we went to the we got invested in this, right? As
Unfortunately.
players. And we got to the point where one day we were at a bookstore and we went through the romance book section trying to look at the covers and be like, yeah, this is this shirtless guy, this is this shirtless guy, that's this shirtless guy.
Zombieland is just a guy who really wants a Twinkie, and the point of the movie is that they do go bad. He's trying to go get some before they do. Shush with your logic.
See, this makes less sense now in the context of your thing.
Well, you know what? They found a Twinkie that never goes bad. Meh. Alright, so here is the backstory of Valentina.
But yeah, no, I like, it was fun. We've had fun trying to, like, anytime something gets derailed now, we'll bring up the cabin, and then it immediately shushes him on anything.
Yeah. And now I don't even have the Twinkie argument. Man. Alright, so backstory for Valentina. Here we go. You want to read it, or you want me to read it? This is like a full page.
If I read it, then you can interject with your stuff.
With what stuff?
With, like, context, if I have questions.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay.
I literally just wrote a full page for Valentina, by the way.
Hold on.
I even turned up the the size so that you could see it better.
Yes. Valentina just happened to be within earshot of the commotion down the road. Rushing over, she found the aftermath of what looked to be a kidnapping. A house had been set ablaze by something, though she had to round a corner, so she was unable to see who the criminals were that had started it. There was a woman in the streets that was screaming for her daughter to be brought back. And a little while later, the great entertainer Halvard, who had just finished a show down the road a few blocks away, came sprinting up. And of course he would. Valentina had seen him over here plenty of times playing with the daughter of the family as they were related. Not by blood, however. Valentina felt sorry for the family and offered to validate a quest for Halvard to leave town and search for the girl that was suspiciously missing. However, due to her careful attention to details, she could tell better than any that were there who had committed this crime. Oh, by any that were there who had committed this crime.
Is it who?
I don't know what.
Okay.
I wish I could say I knew whom or whom, but normally I'm just like, it sounds like it's who, it sounds like it's whom.
Okay.
She knew this had to be the work of her old bureaucratic buddies, a loose term from the mountains, Zlata. Knowing this, and knowing Halvard would be unable to succeed in hunting down any planned attack that Zlata had prepared, she decided to give them some extra help and snuck a forgotten token into a brother's pocket that was begging to be allowed to go after Halvard. Valentina quickly provided the sanctioned documents to go out on this adventure, as well as the 3 other documents for the rest of the group. This token was a special compass that allowed the holder to find a specific person that they were thinking about at the time. However, with that being said, this was a contraption also crafted by Zlata during the war. Valentina knew that Halvard was going to wield this contraption, and though a great entertainer, he never did well with criticism and thus was extremely weak-willed. With that being said, the contraption kept switching between the location of his niece and where his own location is, because he kept becoming self-doubtful. Self-doubtful.
Yeah.
And self-critical.
Yeah.
And kept thinking of how useless he was currently being.
Meaning he was thinking about himself.
Yeah. Valentina sanctioned one final document for herself, and has such been leading the group astray, way ahead of them, being much faster and forcing them to be confused, as well as leading them to thinking the direction they were heading was indeed the correct way, or if the compass was broken because it would often not line up with the tracks that were being left.
Basically, she was erasing tracks and putting new tracks.
Her plan was to let these adventurers die out here in the brutal sands to the south of the city. However, she always came specially prepared for the desert, having traveled it before. The armor she had purchased after first arriving in the city was especially designed for keeping the sand out of both her fur and her eyes. It was a cloak of sand protection, a cloak, literally a cloak and goggles.
Yes, she had a cloak and goggles. That's her special armor.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So is Valentina actually like having contact with Halvard? Or is this behind the scenes?
Sometimes they have contact with Halvard.
So is Valentina sending out this army of Nombru? Is a bureaucrat in the army of Nombru?
Yeah, she's in the city.
So why did they let the evil race hyena person in the city to lead an army?
Because she was really nice. No, she's a bureaucrat.
Mm-hmm.
She signs documents and stamps them and says, here you go, you can go out on an adventure.
But she's on the side of Cabal.
Exactly. But they don't know that.
But she's one of the evil races,
She's undercover. I'm going with the thought of she's on the side of Cabal. However, the way she's doing it is she keeps signing and denying, like she keeps signing people that are stupid to go on quest and keeps denying quest for people that she actually thinks can do this.
Okay, that's great, but I would like to add this part because I feel like they would be very suspicious, because what we've determined about the Nombru is the Nombru are not the best people, like, morally, even though they're on the good side, is that, I feel like the Nombru would be very suspicious of a hyena person, in there, especially when they seem like they're kind of doing things that line up with Cabal stuff. So I want to say that Valentina is disguising herself as a Nombru. It's a very poor disguise. Anybody basically would be able to tell that she is not Nombru if you as a viewer were looking at it. However, all the Nombru believe her.
Yeah, it's because she's got a cloak and goggles. You can't see her eyes and her...
But I'm gonna say, like, she's got a snout and everything. She has a very poor wig. Like, it's very obvious that she is not a human, basically.
Yeah.
But that everybody's so gullible around there, and they have everything else to worry about. They're like, sure,
why not?
You're a person. You say you're a person, so why doubt that you're a person?
Exactly.
Like, you're just a little misshapen, but hey,
Look, she could just be a really ugly Zvergan.
She's just a really, like, she's just a little
extra
ugly,
hairy, if you will.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But But you know what? She's a person. She's got hair. That's a wig. Well, it's literally made of like a mop. It's a mop head.
Yeah.
Well, we're not judging.
So yeah, that's Valentina for y'all.
Or it's a feather duster. It's literally feather.
Like, does that work? She kept signing individual documents for solo adventurers, right? It just so happened that they all teamed up afterwards. But she was the one signing all the papers. Got to make sure the proper
I love
proper
this.
channels are going, right? Her volatile trait is that she keeps just screwing with them now.
I love it. I love it. It's so hilarious.
However, she was being very unselfish by allowing them to go, because she could have just been like, "Nah, I don't want you guys to go," right?
Yeah, I mean, no, I love it. I just want like the PCs to see her and be like, that is obviously a hyena lady, and then everybody else in the cities be like, no, she's a human.
Great.
Yeah,
Valentina's been here for.
that was great.
Valentina, how long you been here? 7.
Like, no, that's what I want. I just want the players to be like, that is so not like that is a hyena in a dress, in a mop head, and everybody else just to try to gaslight them into being like, no, you're crazy. What do you mean? Like that's all I want out of that character. I think she is great. I think great job on that one.
Thank you.
Way better than mine. Mine was very rough.
We're gonna work on yours. This has been the most random 2 hours I have had so far this year. Now, hopefully that's good though, right? You gotta spice up life sometimes, right? I hope you've at least enjoyed it. Good. We are making characters as promised in the stream. But of course we have stories for life.
We gotta fill the time as we're sitting here trying to come up with how to make this make sense.
This has honestly been some of the best time I've had with this as well. I enjoy creating characters, so I'm not gonna say that, like, copy that thing twice so you'll have an extra blank form. You know what? That's smart.
You need to do that.
Smart. Do that right now.
So that way you don't have to do it again.
Do it again. Yeah.
To be fair, what we'll probably do after
is probably dropping like 12 more of these. There we go.
We'll probably make a template on Scrivener and start using Scrivener for it, and then we can just new template, and then it'll.
All right, we have to speed run this third one.
Okay.
What are you doing? Because we've gone from Gremlins to the endless variations of BBEG to Werewolf Stories, Gay Lumberjack, Goldilocks.
Hold on, I'm taking a picture of the Gay Lumberjack Goldilocks and sending that in the chat for our group, like, just without any context, and I'm gonna let y'all know if anybody responds on that one, what their reactions were, because, like, that makes sense. Could I spin for this one?
Yeah. Would you let me know?
You know.
All right. Another Esotarian.
Another Esotarian, which means it's gonna be one of these.
Yeah.
And if it's not a Nombru, like...
It's gonna be Sapri Dobrim. Nope, it's a Rizastor.
Who are the
Heck
Rizastors?
yeah. Hang on, wait. Let me see it. I gotta go over here really quick. Alliance is Esotarian. Race is Rizastor. So, Rizastor are our lovely Goliath companions. That's what a Rizastor is.
Oh, they're the Goliath
They're the
guys.
Goliath race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would I be able to spin? And then I'm gonna post this thing in the chat, so maybe I can have a in our group chat for our mutants groups. That way, hopefully, I might get a reaction before the end of the stream, so I can let y'all know. We are in the hills. Oh, that's the first time we've gotten hills.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that one for hills.
There are merchant. Okay. This is also the first time we've gotten merchant.
That's at least a little better. For the...
And I'll let you
Yeah.
Go ahead and add those.
Social class is a merchant. Location is the hills. Do try your best to keep it somewhere super cold or super warm. Because if you remember about these guys temperature-wise.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you post it?
I'm about to. And this guy is resourceful.
Good.
They're resourceful. However, their negative trait is that they are
Lack resources.
prejudiced.
Oh man.
And
They're gonna have a good character motivation. They're good guys. They are 100% good guys. Despite being Esotarian, he is definitely more on the side of good.
fine. Forgiven oneself.
So he did something bad. Okay.
He did something bad. He's prejudiced.
You know what? That's why he's forgiving himself. He's like, I'm very prejudiced against people.
Maybe he
But
did.
it's okay. I forgive myself.
Maybe he did a rash action because he's prejudiced,
Maybe.
and he's trying to forgive himself for
And
that.
then you have to go
and
further.
he's resourceful.
Further right.
Oh yeah, his job. He's a merchant. What kind of merchant is he?
Yes. He's a civil adventuring merchant.
I mean,
He's a militia guard merchant.
so maybe he was a militia guard and then he became a merchant.
Maybe he
Ooh.
did something because he was
Yeah.
prejudiced.
He was prejudiced, so he got kicked out of the militia and out of the good guy team.
Yep.
And so now he's in the hills
Quirk.
as a merchant
no, not
trying
quirk.
to redeem
Positive
himself.
trait is resourceful. Negative trait is he is prejudiced. And backstory, did we just get that or no?
Oh no, we haven't done the backstory yet. Oh yeah, backstory's forgetting himself.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Resourceful and forgiving one's self. Okay. Not a dark motivation. Jobs, we have that. We need quirk.
His quirk, let's see.
Let me see.
That looks like a bow.
That's the other one. Treasure.
Ranged weapon.
That's
Got a ranged
freaking-
weapon?
That's gear. Now roll a quirk. The blue one.
Oh yeah.
The blue one. Over there. In the
Oh,
corner.
there's the blue one. He's lucky. Or he's unlucky.
Is that what that one is? Nope, he's lucky.
Oh, he's lucky. So he's lucky. He uses ranged weapon. Or maybe he sells ranged weapons.
Could be. No, he has a ranged weapon too. Alright. So we have an Esotarian Resastor, definitely more on the side of good than bad. He is a merchant. He at least has been a guard at one point in time. He may have joined a militia guard at this point. He is very lucky with something. He does live in the hills, which is going to be interesting. And he is very resourceful. He is very prejudiced, and he is trying to forgive himself. So that's where we are with this man. So you get to take over.
Oh yeah, I'm the one who has to who's writing this one, right?
Yep, you get to write this one.
Oh wait, we gotta figure out if it's a guy or a girl.
Okay.
Yep.
Steven's guy.
That's an even.
Yeah, roll it again. That was on
Yeah.
the side. 2, even guy. So he's a dude.
I mean, we've been referring to it as dude. I would have felt weird
Aw.
with it becoming a guy or becoming a girl. I don't know. I already had
and
pictured him in my mind.
So
What language is Resastor?
they are. Where is
'Cause
it?
we haven't done anything with the Resastors
This
yet.
one? Real names. They are up in that area.
Are they Swedish?
I think it's Swedish, Finnish,
Or were they Finnish?
I think they're Finnish, actually. Yeah. All right. So hit us with the thing.
That was a 1.
That was not a roll.
That was me dropping it.
Okay,
it's a
3. 1, 2, 3.
Erno.
I see. I went for the same
Or
thing. So
David.
I like Erno.
Okay.
Erno is this man's name.
Her last name. We got a 2.
All right, so we got Erno. Such a weird name. A 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, scroll down a little bit.
Sorry. There we go. Pananen.
Pananen.
Rantala or Janila?
I think.
Or Kivel.
Ooh, Kivel. I like Kivel.
Kivel. Erno Kivel. Weird. Kivel, is that? Or is it 8? No, it's that one, right? Yeah, Kivel.
So these guys, we have the fire giants and we have the ice giants, right?
Yep. If you want him to be near the desert area, he's gonna have to be a fire giant.
We are trying to tie him into that story, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he'll be a fire giant.
Okay.
Gee, how do I tie him into the story?
Good luck with that. See, this is why whenever you brought this up, I was like, if we can, because unfortunately there are going to be people that we just can't. And I think this might be one of those guys that we can't.
Where do we tie him to the first story?
That one mostly takes place in, like, snowy mountains, though.
Ah, gee, this is going to be a difficult one. Okay, forgiving himself, he's lucky. He is resourceful. I'm thinking the resourceful part comes into play after he gets out of being a guard. He is prejudiced. Potentially. He might be prejudiced against the hyena people.
Gay lumberjack.
I should have circled it in red instead of in blue. Yeah, I sent the I sent the thing and our mutants group chat.
Again, they were not gay though. Just saying.
We will never know.
Nope,
I did not witness any acts to confirm or deny.
I 100% know they're not gay.
All we can do is all we know is the implications.
They all had wives at one point, probably.
Okay.
All right, you're writing Erno. Give us the story of Erno.
Erno.
We don't talk about Erno, no.
Erno was a man.
A big, strong
man. A great, big fireman.
You're changing this, right?
Sorry, I'm in a chaotic mood today. So Erno was a man, a great big fireman.
Oh, God.
Erno was the fireman.
What are you doing?
But then other firemen showed up.
Y'all, this is killing me. Other firemen.
Oh no, are they firefighters?
No, they are not. They're merchants.
These firemen had cooler flames than Erno. Not in the sense that the flames were less hot, which they were, but that's not the point.
Y'all wanted to listen to a YouTube ad, right? Talking about YouTube Premium.
Okay, go on and fix.
It's already done now.
Oh.
We're back to music. That was a very brief YouTube ad.
I thought we took the ads off of. It must not be in the browser where we had the ad blocker on.
Yeah.
But these flames were supposed to be granted by Big V himself. That's the valid, cool guy everyone knows as
As their friend.
I'm sorry. This is the vibes of this. You remember how you said big dumb ogre guy?
That's an ogre. This is a Goliath.
I think this is a big dumb Goliath guy.
All right.
And I'm writing it as if Erno
was a big dumb
would
guy. Okay.
I don't know.
Why is his backstory written as a big dumb ogre guy?
Because he's telling his own backstory.
All right.
Arno didn't really like these new fire men. And he wasn't really sure.
Arno was a gentle giant, unless you were at the race. His disdain for them got him kicked out of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's right, we do have to roll for a race.
No, the race is going to be, the Resastor, not Resastor. The fire...
Tulenhang?
The Tulenhang,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
That's where this is going, by the way.
Okay.
That's
Fair
where
enough.
this is going.
Fair enough.
Erdo doesn't really like these new firemen, and he wasn't really sure if he...
By the way, y'all, I don't think have seen this guy yet. Actually, ooh, I should go get the other guy too. Sorry, got distracted. But look, he's a crystal dragon. He's red. He's adorable. He's kind of annoying because like the wings are a separate part and they move, but like the tail is like 7 parts to it, and all of these little guys. Watch painting how-tos ad-free.
Okay, you need to fix that. You need to fix the music.
You're doing stuff. But
we can change it so you can fix the music.
He's got a crystal orb. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. But he's cute. I built him. He's adorable. He was kind of a pain to build too. But yeah, there he is. And then the other things I get to show off because, well, I can. I built a deck box. So we were talking about decks of cards earlier. Highly recommend one of these. So you never told me what you thought about Black Angel. Yes. Okay, Black Angel. Black Angel was very good, actually. Not that I didn't expect it to be bad, or not that I expected it to be bad. There we go. I am quite, I did not actually get to whatever this ritual was though. But I did get to where they, saved the baby. And kind of the whole, like, me personally, I love the chaos aspect of Rain, and I am personally quite the fan of Rain in pretty much anything. It just kind of gives a cool aesthetic to pretty much anything there is. And so the whole fact that everything was flooding, and I love, I think it was Ada's family, that the husband had to kind of dance his way around the words of, so we're pretty much homeless, but if you don't mind growing through some water, then you can live on the 2nd floor with the baby. Like I said, unfortunately I did not get through all of it, but I did get through 4 chapters of it. So I kind of got to basically that part. I want to know more about the... Oh no! More about the widows. Oh no. because they seemed interesting as well. Oh no, both of these are broke. Oh no! Sorry. I need to stop messing. I need to stop messing with this.
Is it the rubber band?
The rubber band didn't actually break. It just popped out.
Okay, you gotta fix it.
Yeah. Technically, I don't think I have to.
Let's move it out of the camera angle, even though that camera we can technically turn off right now.
Don't worry about that.
Oop-a-doo.
But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed the chaotic flooding of the houses. Again, I think it gives a cool aesthetic to everything. Emo?
Or no.
Okay. Episode 6 explains the ritual. Okay. The good news is I had never used the coins, so I did get like 200 free coins. So technically, I think I can read. There we go. Holy crap. I said watch, listen, neither of which are accurate. I could read the remaining chapters, which I will attempt to do by our next stream. Our next Saturday stream at least. So that I can give you more impressions on the rest of the book. Though I did also start, I haven't started reading it yet, but it was Altamia, I think is what it was, the Altamia Beast, where the guy, down on his luck, but he had a chance to cheat death. So I'm very interested in that as well. So I will probably also try reading that one as well, at least the first 3 chapters of that. Because cheating death is always cool too, right?
I'm gonna be honest, I was focused on this. I look over, cheating death is also cool, right?
You actually wrote a screenplay thing, right?
Yes,
that
I wrote
involved cheating death, right?
Yeah, I wrote
Or actually, no, you wrote a screenplay about somebody becoming death and helping somebody cheat death.
I wrote a screenplay for a short film about it was called Psychopomp, but this was one of my assignments in
for school,
my screenwriting class.
Mm-hmm.
About a psychopomp, because the psychopomps in that world are supposed to be
they're the Reapers.
Like the Reapers are like an organization where when people die they can become a Reaper who's in charge of ensuring that people die,
mm-hmm.
like overseeing their deaths. And then the whole thing was that it took place around Christmas time, and the psychopomp who was in charge of overseeing this guy's death
oh no. We're talking about books book. And we're discussing a
screenplay I wrote.
A screenplay that she wrote, yeah.
But we're making Erno right now. Erno is a fire giant.
Fire Goliath, yeah.
Fire Goliath guy. His stuff is going to be said in Erno's voice. Erno is
big dumb
not
fireman.
Erno big dumb fireman who not like new fireman.
There has not, but that is probably because everybody is asleep.
Because all of our friends go to sleep at decent hours.
Yeah.
If there is no comments tonight, we will say at the beginning of next stream. You might also put them in the Discord.
I will definitely put it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you will find a picture in the Discord at some point of the comments, hopefully.
But yeah, my screenplay was the psychopomp was supposed to oversee the death of this guy at Christmas time, but she found out that the guy had a son, and he was a single parent.
Son, yeah.
And so she kept trying to cheat his death, and eventually she had to sacrifice her existence for him to live. And it was supposed to tie back to when she was alive. Her mother had died at Christmas time,
mm-hmm.
and her mother was a single mother. So that's been my writing as far as the whole cheating death thing.
Yes, books. I did very much enjoy the story, and I hope you continue writing as well. because I will do my best as long as you let me know. Then I would love to continue reading more of these stories. So yeah. Also books, if you want. I'm gonna blank out the screen for a second. Is it Worldbuild? Is that?
It's Google Docs.
Google Docs. This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna transition it.
I know. I'm going to post the thing on this again. If you want to join our Discord, you can. That way we can, talk, discuss more, all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh, honestly, the Discord's where we should add the document where people can read it.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Okay, there you go. Oh, thank you, books. I do very much appreciate it. I'm doing so to be completely transparent with y'all too. This is my 4th attempt at streaming. Is that right? Third attempt. I did. There was a time when I was streaming. The thing I was Paladins, yes.
You streamed Paladins for a little while,
and then I switched to attempting a main thing, which was Final Fantasy.
You did Final Fantasy for a little while.
The one with Vivi, actually.
Yeah.
And then now I'm here, right?
Well, yeah, it'd be your 3rd attempt. Yeah, you were streaming by yourself, and then you wanted me to stream with you. Yeah. And so we started really streaming regularly when Pokemon came out.
December-ish.
And November, December, and then
November, yeah.
Yeah, and then we started doing the world building stuff a few weeks ago, like a month ago, actually, probably.
Yeah.
Because this is 3 weeks doing that, and then we did an intro one. So this is our 4th world building stream.
Yeah.
So still new at stuff.
But
still developing stuff.
Yeah, I just want to be very transparent. This is my 3rd attempt at streaming. This one I am taking a little bit more serious. I'm out of high school. I'm out of college. The other ones I was in there.
You're in school.
And so life just got very busy for me. And so I kind of fell off of doing those. I never took it too seriously, unfortunately, which I think kind of hurt me. But
now you have me to keep you responsible.
But this one, I've recruited a help. She's awesome. And we have made a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter. I even have a YouTube channel that I've actually been uploading stuff onto. There's obviously the Discord channel as well. So this one, I don't expect this to take off to be a huge thing. I would like it to, obviously. That's kind of what all streamers kind of want, I would assume.
Basically, we have fun. We have fun doing the streams.
Yeah.
And we have fun world building and stuff. And we wanted to share it with people. And, like, interact with people. And, get involve the community.
Yeah.
And, whatever happens with it, but we're streaming for fun, so we hope y'all are having fun.
Jeebus. I got really loud on the music. And so yeah, we kind of figured that this was gonna be kind of our bigger streams, which honestly the first two they were still a little slower. They were more closer to our Pokemon type streams. But y'all have actually been very helpful in the past 2 weeks. because we know that people are tuning in and they're at least enjoying it enough to interact with us. So I just want to say thank you all, and thank you to everybody who has been interacting with us.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting and everything.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate hearing your stories and hearing your comments and
yeah. And listening to our stories, because it gets just so I can reply to you individually if I need to. I'm Jeremy. Hi.
And I'm Maddie. Hi.
Yeah, that's our names.
Yeah, that's our names. Sometimes you'll go by Campster or Death Adder because those are your gaming tags.
Yeah.
Mine is Glaceon Gold or Glacial Gold. You can tell which Pokemon I like.
Yeah, Leafeon.
and which version I like.
Leafeon. Clearly. You can say, hey dude, hey guy with the name, hey person with the face. All of those are good. I'm gonna go with Garbodor. Actually, that's mine. Mainly because I feel like garbage.
Stop it.
Actually, no, I don't like Garbodor. I like Trubbish. Because
Trubbish is cute.
Because he is just a cute little pile of trash. Garbodor is way too much trash. Trubbish is just the right amount of trash.
But Dynamax or Gigantamax Garbodor with the actual plane just in there.
Yeah. All right. Your favorite Pokemon. Can you give me the generation it came from? Like, where did it first appear?
There are over 1,000 Pokemon.
Gen 1. Okay, so you... Okay. I'm really hoping it's not a legendary.
So we heard you're a lizard person.
Okay. Charmander?
So
are you thinking Charmander?
Well, you would I mean that would be a logical.
Good, it's not a legendary.
That would be a logical with that.
And it's not
but
a starter.
But it's not a starter.
Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's, you know what? I'm gonna go with Growlithe.
I was thinking Arcanine.
So we were both thinking same line.
But that's because of your name. I think it's because of your name it's throwing us over.
I am too, but the problem is we already know where the name came from.
But yeah, we know where the name came from though, yeah.
Hang on. I have got to turn
the music down.
Yeah, because it's getting so loud in my ears at least.
We apologize. If the music mixing is too loud, let us know. When the first time we streamed with the Worldbuilding,
it was way up.
My dad dropped in only to say the music's too loud and then left.
Yeah. So is it the Growlithe Arcanine line or music was okay on my end? It wasn't too loud for you. Okay, cool. Okay,
good.
Not the doggos.
Not the doggos.
Oh. All right. All right. So I'm gonna start throwing ones out here. Let me know if any of these are them. Okay. So are you looking for us to guess your specific favorite or the line of favorite?
So to be fair, it could be one that doesn't have like how Ditto doesn't have like a line.
A line, that's true.
Unless you count Mew, and that's a little
not a legendary.
A little bit of a stretch. Well, Mew and Ditto as a line. Specific favorite.
Specific favorite. Okay.
Favorite.
So I'm gonna start throwing ones out here. You've got Lord Helix, Amistar. It's not Ditto. That's a cheat answer. No, that is a Pokemon Fluid answer. Omastar is actually super close. Then my next guess is, so you say super close. I'm not gonna go Ammonite, even though you would think that would be the closest. I'm gonna go Kabutops. Because Kabutops is dope. It is indeed Kabutops. Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
My English is devolving as I'm writing this.
All right, so in that case, can you guess what my favorite Pokemon is? You are not allowed to guess, obviously, because you already know. It is also a Gen 1 Pokemon. I am definitely a Gen 1er. I played...
To be fair, you're in that age group.
So my first games were Yellow, and Pokemon Snap, and Pokemon... not Arena. Stadium. Pokemon Stadium. So I was all about Gen 1. It is not Lapras. Unfortunately, I did not help breed Lapras out of being nearly extinct. You know that about Lapras, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I would say mine was, I will give you this hint as well. Mine were some of the more, cool typings of the gen. It does have, evolutions. Or it does have an evolution line, sorry. Because you asked line, not just evolutions. It is not Dragonite.
Music videos going while you text and watch uninterrupted.
All of a sudden, this one has so many ads.
You know, I can change
it's
it.
fine.
I can change it.
They're all like 2-second ads.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll put Spotify on here, and then we won't have to worry about the ads.
Yes, we're planning on getting Spotify Premium for this because, gosh dang it.
Between that and just us at work,
Yeah.
listening to music and not having to sit there and be like, it's an ad. Headphone out for a second. Is it? No.
Oh, 9 times out of 10, I just leave one headphone in even when I'm talking to people now. Just kidding. If you're on here, boss. Let's see. Is there another hint? Okay, so I believe I am accurate in saying this. I am pretty sure they have appeared in every single generation.
I think so.
They have appeared in every single generation of Pokemon.
They're pretty popular. It's one of like it's basically one of the Pokemon that if you were kind of going through the list of what are the popular ones,
and no,
this is one of them.
It is not a starter.
It is not a starter.
Mainly because I think it's unfair that starters have appeared in. Yes.
Okay. That's
yes.
what I wanted to make sure because I was like 99% sure. I was like,
yes, that one.
Yeah. So
I believe they have appeared in every single generation.
After you say it.
All right, sounds good, Books. Have a good one.
See ya. Good night. But yeah, after you say it, I will show you our friend got him a keycap, like for a keyboard of this Pokemon. And we can show it on the camera.
If you want, I can eventually give you another hint, but unfortunately, I think that particular hint would be a bit too much of a hint. Actually, ooh, okay. I could give you another hint once you guess, because I want to test your Gen 1 knowledge.
It is.
I haven't played any Gen after 3, so that's not the best hint for me. Okay. Here you go. They appeared in the opening of one of the Gen 1 games. Like, if you just turned on the game and let it go, they appeared in the opening sequence. So let's see how good your Gen 1 opening sequence knowledge is.
Take your videos offline and watch uninterrupted. Try YouTube.
You knew that, right?
What?
That they appeared in one of the Gen 1 opening sequences? Yeah. Okay. You haven't played any Gen after 3. So you got up to, which one is that? Is that Ruby Sapphire? I think. I can't remember the opening. Alright.
It was the only Pokemon of this
typing.
Of this typing.
In Gen 1.
Their line was the only Pokemon of this type. It is a very popular one.
They were a very unique type in Gen 1.
It is a 2-type guy, too.
Yep. Technically...
There's technically 2 Pokemon that could be.
Not in Gen 1.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Gengar.
Technically, Dragonite is also...
You already guessed Dragonite.
Well, yeah.
But I was gonna say, technically Dragon was also its own typing, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe Dragonite was the only dragon type.
Oh yeah, we have to pull it up.
Okay, if I can get it to focus, which I don't know if I can.
Probably not with this camera. We need a better camera
try it with this
eventually.
camera.
That's just not gonna show. So
You
here,
can
I
kinda
will
see
explain it to you.
It's a keycap.
Yeah.
Smiley Nightmare Boy, yeah.
So, the keycap is Gengar on what looks to be like a little red geode thing, surrounded by water. So it's just him having a smiley good time, hanging out. Actually, you know what? I can do this. Because you're on Discord. I can send you Smiley Nightmare Boy. I need Discord. Where's Discord? Oh no. Discord. Nailed it. Go away. Camping Camster, this one. And then we're gonna go like this. And nope. How do I? Can't I?
What?
Do pictures. You know what? We're gonna do it this way, and we're gonna go like this. You guys were the first streamers out of the many I've challenged with guessing my favorite one that actually remembered Kabutops, because I love Kabutops. Gen 1 fossils were some of the coolest fossils around.
Oh yeah, that's a good picture. Yeah, they'll be a good one on the Discord.
Once I figure out how to post it to said Discord. Because I don't know if I need to post a thing. Nope, not exit. Translate. I thoroughly enjoy... I love Kabutops, and I love all of the... There it is. Okay. There we go. Alright, you now have a picture of Smiley Nightmare Boy keycap in Discord. No. Everybody went with Lord Helix as our super hit and miss. I love the Gen 1 fossils and one of the Gen 3s. Armaldo, the other one was just weird. Armaldo and Lilleep. Yes.
Lilleep's a little weird. Yeah.
So you are very correct. Even in later gens, fossils are very hit or miss. Gen 2, that was Gold and Silver. That one wasn't Craniados. That was Gen 4, right? Or is Armaldo also... Is Craniados in that gen? In Ruby and Sapphire?
Craniados is in Diamond and Pearl. It's
Diamond
in,
and Pearl,
it's
so
in
that's
Gen 4.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay. You ready to hear about Erno?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think I got everything.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I got this one?
Yes, you...
Okay. No, Gen 3 was Little Leap and Anorith. Okay, yeah.
Where
What was Gen 2? Did Gen 2 have fossils?
Gen 2 did not have fossils.
Okay. So, here we go. Erno was a man. A great big fireman. Erno was the fireman. But then other firemen showed up. These firemen had cooler flames than Erno. Not in the sense that the flames were less hot, which they were, but that's not the point. But these flames were, but that's the point, or not the point?
But that's not the point.
Okay. But these flames were supposed to be granted by the Big V himself. That's the Valiant, the cool guy everybody knows is their friend. Erno didn't really like these new firemen, and he wasn't really sure if he liked the Big V. Aww. Weird. When it came time for Erno's people to help the new firemen, Erno was conflicted. Then Erno was approached by a weird dog woman, or cat. It was Harry. Erno not know. You put the not in the wrong spot.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you.
But that's the point.
Thank you. Because that would have been there, and then we would have...
Okay. Erno not know. The hairy woman wanted to leave some gifts with the new firemen. Erno wasn't supposed to let the strange hairy people leave stranger gifts. But Erno took the bag from strange lady and left it with the firemen. Months later, new firemen were all dead. Golly! Erno felt ashamed. Erno did not like new firemen, but Erno did not want to harm them. Erno was sad. Erno not fit to be guard anymore. Oh, poor Erno. Erno left his team, but Erno not find life too bad alone. Erno, in fact, very lucky. Many goods were on ground, and in trees, and houses, abandoned houses. Erno not thief. Erno can't catch a rat, but he's super lucky. And Erno not bad crafter. Very good weapons. Erno crafted. And these weapons could also be sold to...
Two people.
To many people like
sold
them.
to.
Oh, golly, all this...
Could also be sold to.
Many people like them, okay. Particularly the big fire ones. Maybe by making people happy with these weapons, Erno could finally forgive himself. Forgive self for his actions. Maybe if one of firemen survived, Erno could help fireman with a weapon. That hope keeps Erno wandering the hills day and night as his fire slowly fades. That's true, though.
Yeah. So Erno was part of a group of guards that were supposed to help protect these fire guys, and whenever but Erno didn't really like the fire guys because Erno was a true fire guy, and these fire guys were weaklings, but they were supposed to be like holy fire guys, so it made Erno kind of jealous. And whenever the hyena came with these mysterious like treasures, the hyena gave them to Erno to leave with the group. And Erno,
to be fair, Erno's
wasn't
not the smartest, so.
Erno wasn't supposed to leave the gifts there, but Erno was jealous, and Erno did it anyway.
Erno left gift.
And whenever the gifts turned bad, Erno felt like he was to blame.
Which he was.
So Erno left to go out on his own, but Erno learned that he could craft items, specifically cannons.
All right.
That's the big fire weapons. It's ranged weapons. He crafts cannons.
Fair enough.
He crafts guns and cannons.
No, he's our gun crafter.
He crafts guns and cannons from random scraps and stuff he finds.
Okay.
His hope as he's...
So what is his range?
Erno makes sticks! There we go! Erno makes sticks. He makes the guns out of sticks. I like you. That made my night.
If emo sticks are Marshall. Oh, ever. No!
Perfect.
You're not supposed to be on her side. You're supposed to be on my side.
Everybody we tell this story to is on your side. I'm glad we finally have someone that's on my side.
Alright, that's fair.
But
you know what? Erno sticks can be martial weapons. I will allow.
Perfect. We're gonna have this whole rule in this game where martial weapons and simple weapons are a thing, like in D&D. However, only... Even though guns in D&D are martial weapons, but that's besides the point. But only Erno's guns are considered martial weapons. All the other guns are considered a different type of weapon.
Yes. If you get a gun specifically crafted by Erno, it will be a martial gun.
And Erno calls his gun sticks. Erno sticks.
The big fire sticks. Can you just put big fire sticks there for me?
Where at?
Instead of big fire ones, big fire sticks. Because all of his guns are sticks.
But yeah, so Erno's hope is that as he's going around the hills, that one day he might run into one of these fire guys who survived, and he might be able to help him, and then he could finally forgive himself entirely.
I do like how you tied him into the story just by him being one of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a YouTube channel called Shadiversity? No.
I think, see, it sounds familiar. If I have seen it, I haven't seen it recently. But I'll have to look it up.
So wait, is it Shadiversity or is it Shadiversity?
Because that name sounds... Actually, what am I doing?
He makes medieval fantasy content, mainly
yes,
about
I have.
castles and weapons.
Yes, I have. I saw a video, I think he did a video on, like, the 5 feet. I think we watched that, where, like, showing if the 5 feet combat was realistic in D&D. I think that's the guy. Let me look it up real quick.
I'll look it up afterwards. I'm putting a video in the Discord that I would like you to watch.
Perfect.
Bet. That's what the Discord's there for. Shadiversity.
Yep, that's the guy.
Interesting.
Yep, I haven't seen that many videos from him, but I have seen. I do know who you're talking about. So
yeah. But I do like how you tied him in with the whole he took these contraptions from the Ayana, put them in the village, and that's what took down the Tulinhang. And he's like, my bad.
He's like, my bad, I didn't mean.
Now I'm curious where the other Resastor went that were there. Or was he just part of a different guard?
Or I think he might have been a mercenary Resastor.
A mercenary one? Okay. Check the Discord. There's a rant about sticks.
Really? Hold up.
Oh, no.
Hold up.
A rant about nunchucks. Okay.
Thank you.
How long is the video really quick?
A minute.
Okay. Alright. Alright. I will watch it. We will watch it. We will get back to you tonight with our thoughts on it. Rant about sticks. Right. Look, at least he only went on a 1 minute rant about sticks. Y'all went on a 3-hour rant about sticks.
Okay. One day we will have a stream specifically. We'll get the rest of our mutants group on here on Discord probably, and we'll explain our arguments, and then we can have anyone who tunes in that day do the final decision on whether or not. Or hear me out here. We're gonna play. We don't. We're gonna have a courtroom session.
Oh, it's an excerpt from the full video about nunchucks, which is like half an hour. This is the best part.
Oh, nice.
Okay, gotcha.
So all of our things we made today are actually all tied to the ones from last week, which is interesting.
Surprisingly.
So we were working more on that one, it seems like.
Which is cool with me, because that means I don't have to actually make anything too crazy yet.
I think Erno definitely has potential to be this wandering NPC in the actual campaign.
Yes.
That players will come across.
Oh, I think you're going to come across pretty much everybody that we've made so far.
No, but him as a wandering merchant.
Oh, yeah. Y'all may come across him multiple times, depending on how far his fire has faded. So, just saying.
But I think next week, so you started working on a map, right?
I did.
So I think next week we'll be able to showcase the map currently for the region that we're working on.
It's not going to be good.
It's not going to be finished, but we're going to be adding to it each week, so we'll show the...
I want to show this one.
You want to show Scalpel?
I do.
Okay, hold up. I got to make it where we can show Scalpel. So,
It won't just pop up?
No.
Clarity 33 in that video has the best line for Erno. Oh, no.
No caption. Hang on just a sec, because...
It's probably a display capture, isn't it?
Hang on just a sec, because I have to,
She's got to do some stuff.
I have to pull up, because I wasn't expecting us to... pull up,
What is that?
That is not what I want to do.
No, I think you're supposed to do...
I was expecting us to want to pull up the,
Isn't it a display capture?
Actually... Hang on. If anything, if I can't get it right now, we'll get it next week.
I will at least show it next time, yeah.
Let's see if I can get it right now. And do this one. Okay.
There you go. And then you're gonna wanna... Oh, golly, no, don't do that.
So, you were working on skill tree.
Yeah.
So, this is a section.
Yeah, you have to scrunch the thing.
Make it really...
Like, the actual view. They can't see the top.
Hang on.
No, not that one. Just the... yeah.
Apologies for the technical
Sorry.
difficulties. Let's see. We can zoom in from here. But yeah, so you're working on making skill trees, and this is our very...
It's a very crude skill tree.
Very crude skill tree, just as a test as to making a skill tree.
But the thing I want to show y'all is this one over here. Because I think it's cool. So you can't see it, unfortunately. But this one right here, the one that's highlighted, is called Brew. Allows safe brewing in level 1 and 2 potions. So I have... now, if we do a little bit of a zoomy out... Nope. A little bit of a zoom out here. You will see... God, this is killing me. We go like this, and then we do... this. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Now we gotta hit that button.
Hang on. There we go. There we go. Even better. So now you guys can actually see the whole thing here, sort of. But yeah, so it starts up here, and then it kind of branches off into a bunch of different things. So I'm working on a skill tree. It's my first attempt at a skill tree. But basically all the skill trees are going to be interconnected, at least within this line. So there's going to be brewing, cooking, and crafting in this line. Right now, the majority of what you see on here is all brewing. Over here on the side, however, over here on the side, that is
The start of cooking.
the start of, well, the basically like what this is right here, where this one is, how it kind of branches off. That's what this part is. So this is going this way, if that makes sense. So it goes from here to here, and that way you can kind of get into the brewing and cooking line. Crafting is going to be over here on the side that you guys can't see right now.
Yeah, so in the system, there's going to be 3 different forms of crafting, which is brewing, cooking, and crafting. We've got to find a better name that's not crafting for the whole thing, or call crafting something else.
Yeah.
Crafting basically being making items.
Items, yeah.
Brewing, making potions, and cooking, making food.
Food, drinks, things like that. So, yeah. But I just wanted to show you that because I'm making a skill tree.
He's very proud of his test run for it. So.
I have not given this to anybody player-wise except for her, technically. How you balance the potions if you're foregoing spell slots. Time and so this is where we haven't quite gotten all the details out yet.
So,
but a lot of it is going to be time-based, and our current thought is something called action points or virtue. So each potion is going to take a virtue amount.
A certain amount of virtue to brew.
So you're not going to be able to just be level 1 and craft, level 10 potions or level 10 spells, basically.
And it might also be a thing of you can be lower level and craft higher level potions, but if you're not high enough in the skill tree, you don't craft them safely, so therefore they'll have a lot of weird effects to them.
Yeah, and that's actually where this one is. So this is level 1 and 2, and then you get this one right here that you can see. You get this one right here that you can see.
Note is very zoomed out, so it might be hard to see on the actual stream view.
There you go. So where the blue box is, so you get, sorry, we're gonna go back up here. So this is the beginning of it. This is the next level, but you can do that, or that. So you have 3 options from the first level that you can do. Then you go down here if you want. And this one basically allows you to substitute materials out. And then this one, this is where you can start brewing level 3 and 4 potions. So, or like safely. So whatever their intended effects are, you're going to be able to do it that way. But I think what we're going to do is we're also going to level lock them, I think, like most skill trees do, where you can't just be level 3 and skip straight to brewing level 3 and 4 potions. So I think we're going to level lock based on where they are in the skill tree.
Yeah, what we need to do is go ahead and write out like a little draft of what we know right now about the system to let people read through, even if it's not enough for us to actually play test it yet, just to get people's thoughts.
Technically they can, that is true. Yeah, I mean, technically it's true if they can find somebody that's brewed higher level potions. Definitely possible.
That can also be a thing of limiting in the world, too, depending on how you, because it might not be possible to find those higher level potions right off.
Yeah, I could also, I don't want to do it this way, but I could also just be like, oh, you're level 1, the people are going to be like, nah, cute little brewer, no. Or, this is a little too high for you. I don't know if you want to use this. But I mean, technically, if the character can hoard enough money to buy a high-level potion, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a thing, I feel like, of, not discouraging somebody from trying it if that is how they're wanting to put stuff in, but making it...
The expiration, do the potions expire?
That is another thing we have to
Honestly,
figure out.
I think for the higher level potions, we should do an expiration as well. Because lower level potions are supposed to be easier to craft. Oh, you know what we could do, now that I think about it, is technically all the potions could not expire, but if so they will have them in their little containers, but when you buy it, you have to basically have a container like that. And they just give you, like, they have a big pot of it basically, and they give you a little bit of it as the potion. And so therefore you would like, if you don't have the right container, it's gonna expire very quickly, so you kind of have to like go out and use it like immediately, kind of thing. So technically that is a thing that we could do. Special bottles, or higher class level bottles basically, allow the more volatile higher level potions to stay alive longer, but the shopkeeps don't necessarily just give you the bottles, so they will give you a small bit in a bottle, and that is what you get.
That's fair. That is something we definitely can think about when we're building this.
Yeah.
But okay, it is 10 in our time. It is 10:40, so it is about time for us to wrap it up.
It is time for us to wrap up. So I look forward to hearing from you in Discord. We are.
Yep, I think we're gonna call it here. But we do appreciate you tuning in. We hope that you tune in for future streams too, cause
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We will attempt to have new stories for you as well.
Oh, every time if we can play mutants again, we will definitely have some.
We'll have another story for sure.
If we can get our group together, we also have to talk about Bubba Bugga.
True.
It
was great meeting you as well. So we hope to see you again, and
next time we might even do something different instead of make characters, because
if you go on YouTube, there's going to be a post made on Monday. I'm throwing this out there right now, looking for a vote on either character creation or location creation. So, you know, just throwing that out there. Yeet. But I hope you have a great night. You stayed a lot longer than 1 to 2 hours, just saying.
We stream Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yep. We stream Wednesdays, Saturdays at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Eastern time. Yep.
Wednesdays we mostly do games right now.
Right now we've been doing Brawlhalla.
Because they decided to do a D&D battle pass.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
So we've been having fun with that one.
And then obviously Saturdays are our
Worldbuilding days. So, yep, that's our schedule right now. Do you have the schedule set on Twitch where it shows that? You need to make the schedule show on Twitch.
Yeah, 100%.
We can do that after we get off the stream.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I see that. Because you definitely said 1 to 2 hours, and it is 3 hours and 38 minutes in. But at least I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and again, we appreciate you staying. And
yeah, I appreciate the company. Yeah. For sure. So, get some sleep. Have a good night, y'all.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.